Hey, folks. Here we are. Guess we'll see. It's 3 o'clock. Welcome. Hi, everybody. Holy cow. There's a lot of you here. Hi. I guess we're going to find out. All right. I've got, by the way, all of you, if you see anything, link it. I don't think there's any links aren't turned off or anything. So I'm currently in the process of refreshing both the official Wizards of the Coast page as well as the D&D Beyond page in hopes of seeing whatever it is. I'll also pull up Twitter on another screen so that we can just keep an eye out if something drops. If nothing drops, which again, it might not, we'll just hang out and chat. Have our good little conversation. We'll commiserate about how everything sucks. Okay. Nothing on the D&D page. Nothing on the D&D Beyond page as of yet. So I also haven't posted anything on either page for 3 weeks. Which is interesting. I might have to turn up the slow mode so that I'm going to do that right now. We're going to bump up slow mode. It's at 10 seconds. I think we're going to make it 15. Just so I can try to keep track of what's going on with you guys in the chat here. We don't know. So everybody asking about the response. Currently, there is no response as of yet. D&D Beyond on Twitch starting soon. Okay, going to Twitch. And we'll pull it up if I can get it. Thank you, Pull Out King. Thank you, Daniel Betts. Appreciate it, everybody. I've got nothing on either of the pages. Oh, hey, Sarah. Well, the hypest of goblins is here. Do you have a D&D subscription? What are your cancel? I canceled my subscription this morning. Marley, what's going on, dude? Long time no see. Wow, there's a deep cut. This is crazy, man. It is a we're in a wild time. Okay, D&D Beyond does have a starting soon up right now. Wait, no. That can't be right. What is this? No.
Yeah, okay, I think I just talked.
No, that's Dragonlance. That's not new. That's not currently live. Okay. Okay, I don't see... They're currently offline, so there's nothing there on the D&D Beyond. People are saying Twitch. I'm not seeing it, but... Holy subscription and donation. Hey, guys, check out. The lights are working. At least, maybe. If we didn't bust it with all the Lumia stream stuff working. All right. Yeah, I had a D&D Beyond subscription this morning. I canceled it. I actually realized I probably should have filmed me canceling it. That would have been decent content now that I think about it. But either way. Yeah, we're getting ready for a reaction video. Nothing anywhere that I'm seeing. What other games do I recommend? Don't worry, there will be plenty of content in the future, depending on what we end up doing after this whole shenanigans go down. People are saying D&D Beyond Twitch shows starting soon. It doesn't. It shows offline. They do have their previous broadcast, which was their Dragonlance release, but that was a month ago. They haven't done anything since then. Greetings from Poland. Hello, thank you from Poland. Cancellation page is down. I've heard that. Some people are suspecting that we broke it by so many people going to cancel it. I actually wouldn't be surprised if it was an internal thing where they shut down the D&D Beyond cancel page to try to stem the bleeding. I don't have any Hasbro stock, so I'm good in that respect. Maybe I should have bought some and then shorted it, but I didn't. Yeah, I'm also with the kobolds. Agreed. If the OSRs that you're the OSRs, if they have anything tied to the OGL, it may. I've heard some internal leaky rumors, but oh, D&D Beyond's next stream on their Twitch channel. Okay, I don't see anything currently. They're not live as I'm looking at it, but maybe we'll refresh. Hang on. Still offline. Check out our stream from last month. Is what it says. Oh, click the schedule. Okay. Yeah, it says it's, but like, did it say it last month? Oh no. It does say it for right now. It's not live. I'm there right now. Here, you guys want to see? Look. Here it is, offline. Check out this D&D stream from last month, which is right here. I do see everybody's talking about here, 3 p.m. Now, is this 3 p.m. Eastern time? I guess this is auto update for my time, so I'll make sure I'm talking about the right thing. I don't know. Okay. Where have you seen a rumor press release from D&D? I have heard from multiple sources that they said this was going to happen. I don't know. We'll see. If I cancel my D&D Beyond sub, will I lose all the documents I've written? I don't believe if you cancel your sub, you'll lose it. I think you just don't have, you're not paying them. Like, stuff you already have, I think is currently unlocked, I believe. Yeah, I should have done a here's how to cancel. Do I like Morkborg? From what I know of Morkborg, I'm a huge fan. I love the openness of it. It's pretty simplistic, but I've never actually played it. I should try to do that. Again, referring to OSRs, I think they'll be okay as long as they didn't use the open gaming license. They're probably just going to keep silence to hope people get bored. I was doing a full-on story around Forgotten Realms and Lord Neverember going with Lord's Alliance based on 2+ years campaign. Yeah, I know. Listen, I'm in the same boat. Canceled my D&D Beyond using the money to up my World Anvil level. Very nice. I have to reach out. The World Anvil people reached out to me, and I don't think I've gotten back to them recently, so I have to do that. Oh, it's scheduled every month. It won't show up past months, but if you go, okay, so it's showing up that it's there. I'm going to keep checking. We're refreshing. They're still offline. Still nothing. This might have been all just like, you know, a thing. It might have just been totally falsified that the statement was coming out. And if so, we're just gonna chill. We're gonna hang out. You guys, all of you, and me. I had originally, I think, heard from Roll for Combat, from their folks saying that it was going to be at 3 p.m., but I had heard from multiple people yesterday. So here's the tricky part. I had heard from people yesterday. Actually, I heard from people Tuesday was going to be Monday or Tuesday of this week. I'd heard from people Wednesday that it was going to be Wednesday. And then I'd heard from several people yesterday on Wednesday that no, it's actually going to be pushed till today and be discussed today. And it's today. So there may not be anything. I'm continuing to search through my social media. I don't see anything. Starting to think that maybe we all got played. Either way. What else do we have here? Will D&D crowd be more responsive to stopping WotC monetization of D&D in comparison to WotC heavily monetizing MTG? Not sure. See, the difference between, I think, D&D and Magic the Gathering is, like, you can't, like, we can make third-party content for D&D, It's hard to make third-party Magic cards, you know. Oh, thank you, Beast Ninja, for the kind words. Appreciate it. It's just 2 p.m. Central for me. Should be right now. Yeah, nothing showing. D&D Beyond is based on Huntsville, so it should be Central Time. Yeah, still showing as offline. They might just not be doing anything. Because of everything. Thank you again for all the subscriptions. Appreciate that. Let's see. There's so much stuff. The Twitch schedule shows 3 to 3:45. Yeah, I will say, by the way, folks, it's scrolling very fast. Not that if people want to make sure your comments heard, super chats get auto pulled out of the chat. That's just how they work. But I am going to try to read through everything. It could be 3 p.m. PST, but everybody's saying it should be right now based on what the schedule on D&D Beyond's Twitch page. But that could just be conjecture as well. We're still refreshing, coming back to check your guys' stuff. Let's see. Why would the regular show be on? Another good question. They might have canceled the regular show due to just fear of what's going to happen to them in their chat. DM Dave published a free rule set from Workboard. Yeah, DM Dave actually for a while was working on a new version of like D&D, like an OGL list 5e, if you will. But given the fact that MCDM and Cobalt Press kind of said we're going to do our own thing, they said, DM Dave said he switched gears to make a Workboard instead. You can still cancel. I canceled my D&D. Who else? I canceled mine. Yep. So regular schedule. I bet they don't do it today. They've been silent so far. Black Dice Society is supposed to be on. Oh, on the Wizards channel too, huh? Let's pull up Wizards Twitch. I did do that. We'll pull that up in case as well. Give me a sec while I do that. How's everybody doing amidst all the nonsense? Oops, sorry. That's somebody else's Twitch. Where's the D&D? Here's the official D&D channel. Are they live? No. Nope, they're offline too. They haven't done when was their last upload? No, they haven't done anything either, so there's nothing there. I've been working on homebrew supplements for almost 6 months now. I think it would be even worth publishing. Potentially, we'll see what happens. Canceled my sub earlier today. Check D&D Beyond's Twitch channel. Should have started 9 minutes ago. Yeah, one D&D to rule them all. Well, that's what Wizards is hoping. They made a secret OGL to deceive and bind us. What do you think about Pathfinder 2e? I haven't read it. If it's OGL list, which I think it does have some OGL reference, but potentially that may be the future. Do you think Critical Role will make any mention? I hope so. It's a Thursday. Today would be a great day for Critical Role to make an announcement. Oh, no, that's just... Sorry, ignore that. That was from PAX Unplugged. That was just going on in the background. Think Critical Role? Yeah, like I said, I hope so. WotC's West Coast. It's noon on the West Coast, so it's lunchtime for them, roughly, right about now. Do you think it will fully reverse? I don't think they're ever going to fully reverse. Is there any other website or platform you can use for character sheets and stuff outside of D&D Beyond? I'm sure there are, and I'm sure several people in the chat will be able to give us some good ideas here. Thank you, Sambro. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's rough as a content creator right now. So many of us are struggling knowing like what we're going to do at this point. Oh, DM Dave just 180'd in the last 5 minutes and said they're making a 5e like called 5 Elements. I thought he said he wasn't going to do that because he was going to do the Morkborg thing, but maybe he is. I don't know. Okay. Dave just now decided he'll be doing 5e content. Okay. Okay, so yeah, 5 Elements was going to be a thing, and then he said he wasn't going to, but You know, I have 1,000 Discord servers open at all times. Um, uh, thank you, Junie, if you're in the chat. I saw your Discord DM. Appreciate it. Yeah, everybody's freaking out, wondering where stuff is in all my other servers that I'm in. I'm just checking. Okay, let's keep going. This says 4 hours. Okay, yeah, we're doing another refresh of all the things real quick, just to see if we've got anything coming up. Let's see. Maybe nope. D&D Beyond's offline. The official Wizards D&D. Come on. It's offline. Is there anything on the official D&D YouTube channel? No. Is there anything on the D&D Beyond YouTube channel? No. Oh, hang on. Check this out, folks. Canceled. They canceled the D&D Beyond live stream that was set for today. That is now canceled. It is officially just recently canceled. So that's a thing. Is the Dice Society or Black Dice Society that's supposed to be tonight? That's supposed to be at 7 p.m. tonight. That is still listed as supposedly happening. We'll see if that gets canceled. So I don't think we're getting anything from D&D Beyond today. All right, let's head back to see what you guys have to say. Yes, I did. That's my video previously was on the D&D. My one that I made earlier today was on the D&D shorts. We've become mutuals in many servers, D&D shorts and I. So I see a lot of this stuff probably before you guys ultimately end up seeing it published like publicly. But either way, that's what I made. That's why I made my video today. Raise the black flag, indeed. Raise it up. I'm hoping kobolds are gonna really knock it out of the park, but I know the team there, so I bet they are. How am I doing today? I've been better. Give a quick breakdown on the OGL. What does this mean for D&D Beyond? I literally just started using D&D Beyond. Boy, that is a loaded statement. So I mean, again, there's countless videos on the OGL at this point. But the big one is obviously it's a license that's been around since the year 2000 that allowed third-party creators to make content using D&D. They are now looking to revoke that multiple decade old license in favor of updating it for a 1.1 OGL, which will be much more restrictive, will cause people to have to pay royalties. It's also it's revocable at any time. Anything can be changed at any time. It's just a real scummy, shitty way to do things, and it was obviously very much inspired by what they attempted in 4th edition, which failed. Also, I mean, third party, in Wizards of the Coast knows that adventures don't sell well because the only people who buy adventures are dungeon masters. And that's kind of what led to the development of the OGL in the first place. Was during 3rd edition, they could release amazing content that was super useful for DMs and players, like the Draconomicon, for example. And they weren't really putting a lot of money into adventures, so third parties could design it. And that's kind of, again, the OGL statement. It's even funny because the original adventures for 5th edition were written by third parties, like Kobold Press or Green Ronin and other people like that. So, they were going to be content to allow the third party to write adventures, and they would continue to write, mainly the first party crunchy stuff. That's even why I'm pretty sure the newer adventures are kind of like Strixhaven is like a hybrid adventure source book because it'll entice more players to pick up the book. But now we have third-party content creators creating content that's better than what Wizards of the Coast is creating. And as such, they are like, oh, well, we better get our money. So the only reason everybody's bringing up canceling of D&D Beyond is due to the internal leaks that were provided to several community members, is that apparently the only thing Wizards of the Coast is taking, they're one, not claiming any responsibility for any of the stress and have no interest, or basically telling us we're all overreacting, even though they still have yet to release a statement of any kind. Is also they're also saying that like the only metric that they really care about is D&D Beyond subs and whether they're there or they're canceled. And that's again because they're going to plan to go full all in on this virtual tabletop, and D&D Beyond will be that portal. It's not going to be like, you know, an open source thing. It's all going to be in-house, contained by Wizards. So I don't know. That was a very high level overview of everything that's going on. Has Ghostfire Gaming released a statement yet? I don't believe so. Me here, 1 month subscribers? I don't think that's true, is it? It should be 5-minute subscribers can chat here if we're talking about ours. Or is that on D&D Beyond, 1 month subscribers? That'd be funny. All right, let's do our refresh of everything. Somebody keep an eye on the social media for Wizards and D&D Beyond to see if they release anything. In the meantime, I'll continue to refresh and see if there's going to be anything. Yeah, I don't see anything. Okay, coming back over here. Let's see. If you paid yearly, it's not a big impact. I think the showcasing that you're canceling, I think that does send a note to them. Here's hoping we get some answers soon. Agreed. Yeah, I know. Sword 73. It is some of the worst news we've gotten. Someone needs to update WotC's definition of soon. Yeah, soon was 2 days ago. We're on day 7, right? They may all this information leaked 7 days ago. We're still waiting for a response. 5 days after the leak, we got you'll get a response soon. Oh, Black Dice Society ended, so they're not streaming. Okay, so they just haven't updated their their streaming schedule on Twitch. So thank you, Alan Wilkinson, for the heads up. Canceled Scene chat scared them off. Yeah, they might have. On Twitch, D&D Beyond cancels you. Yeah, they changed the schedule to cancel. Did WotC ghost us? Yeah, this all seems to be true, folks. I don't know. I think it was just gonna be their regular like D&D Beyond like weekly update kind of a thing. But this seems like they did indeed cancel. Why should vanilla players care about this drama? This is one of the things that bothers me the most is when people are like, why should I care about this? I'm just a player. Because the only reason 5th edition became as popular as it is because of things like third-party creators that are out there creating content for it. I mean, hell, even if you wanted to make something for free to put it on the internet just for funsies, right now you can't do that with this way this new professional, non-professional OGL is written. It's wild. Also, the entire community is rallying against what these kind of scummy business decisions. And I mean, if you're a vanilla player and you want to continue to support, a soulless corporation who makes this game, I'm not going to tell you, I can't tell you what you want to do. But, everybody here knows what's going on behind the scenes and are making the decisions accordingly. Also, I mean, if you came to my channel, vanilla player guy, and you're here to look for D&D stuff, you're probably not going to see a whole lot more of it going forward because, we're in the boat we're in. Anyway. Yes. How desperate will they be next Monday? Who knows, man? I don't know. You think you would want the whole mitigating statement about, like, we'll get you a response soon. That was a great Thursday tweet, not 5 days later. Let's see. Silence isn't going to make this stop. No, it's not. It's such bad look for WotC. Agreed. You can't even go to the subscription page. Yeah, I think it was kind of shut down voluntarily. But no, we didn't miss anything yet. For anybody who's asking, nothing's been released as far as I know. Do you think there's any feasible way for WotC to recover good faith in the community? It is very unlikely. Had they made some statement last week, and like the other thing is like no one's come out and flat out said like, hey, this is false. False, super false statement. Sorry guys, they're all wrong. Everybody in the third party community has been lying to you, blah blah blah. No. They said, we know you have questions. We'll answer you soon, 5 days later. That means like, oh crap, they found out about it. We better figure out what we're gonna say. I don't really know. I mean, I think a lot of the damage has been done and the silence has been deafening to the point where I don't know if they're going to be able to recover any goodwill. They're going to have to basically stew in their turmoil for a while. And who knows, maybe at some point they can attempt. I mean, think about, 4th edition. I didn't play 4th edition. I played 3rd, and I continued to play 3rd when 4th came out. And then I jumped to 5th when it came out to try it out. And obviously it grew quite a bit. They might have to just sit on it for a long time, and then eventually people might be like, oh hey, remember D&D, they released a 7th edition and it looks like it might be okay. I don't know. I pity Critical Role's chat tonight. It'll be interesting to say the least. Yeah, Dungeon Dudes did do a pretty good short explaining video. There's a lot of good explanation videos out there. What is the possibility that WotC is being pushed to go this way by Hasbro to maximize money? It's probably Hasbro. Yeah, Hasbro as a whole was down as a company last year, but Wizards of the Coast was up significantly. So they're going to try to, it seems like that's the whole concept of D&D being under-monetized, is that we need to find a way to raise money in the company since we're in the black. How are we going to do that? Let's just build Dungeons and Dragons for more. They're doing really good. So that seems to be what they're probably going to likely end up doing, is raise the money. Well, this revenue stream is down. This one's constantly increasing. This one okay, and we'll just bump this one up higher. Okay, let's see. That scene in School Ties where Brendan Fraser is standing out at night in the rain in front of the school and the bullies wouldn't come out? That's what this feels like. A little bit. This will probably drop their stock further. What is your opinion on how the stock drop over the weekend will affect their opinion on Monday? Yeah, if the stocks drop, as people are kind of thinking they might, yeah, it might actually. That's the only way Wizards of the Coast, again, and I guess to a greater degree Hasbro, they only seem to be looking and voting and deciding with their wallet at this point. So stock prices, D&D Beyond subscriptions, cancellations, these are the only thing that are really kind of letting them know where we stand and what the fans are feeling. So unfortunately, I don't know. Maybe a hot take, but isn't it just as well to continue enjoying the game while separating the art from the artist? I don't support these WotC moves. That's the tricky part, Lily. You bring it up there. It is separating the art from the artist. It's a tough. I'll tell you. Myself and many other content creators who have grown. This is actually the first time that I've ever been thankful that my channel wasn't like D&D Immersion and it's just Nerd Immersion, because like there are some folks that now are looking to rebrand their entire channel because they built their entire identity around things with Dungeons and Dragons or other things in the title of their channel. And now they have to think about, like, do I even want to keep that title anymore? And I have to go through the entire process of rebranding. D&D Shorts. I don't know if he's thinking about this kind of things, but, like, potentially, right, if you don't want to be tied to Dungeons and Dragons anymore, but your channel name was, like, what do you do now? So, yeah, I've been thankful that I ended up making Nerd Immersion so that I kind of can, like, I can still, if I decide to pivot 100% away from Dungeons and Dragons content, I at least still have a channel that is recognizable in and of its own way. But yeah, that's the concept, right? So like, I'll be honest, I love playing Dungeons and Dragons. So this really hurts me a lot. I built this channel on Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, I did a bunch of other stuff before I did D&D, and then D&D is what really got everything to take off. So I'm excited that I can still keep doing things, but yeah, I liked making content about D&D. I liked unboxing D&D minis and talking about cool new D&D projects and looking at all of the new fun stuff coming out with Dungeons and Dragons and working on the Unearthed Arcana and waiting for those things to drop and talking about them. And that was really exciting, fun things for me to do, and the content wrote itself, and I was pumped about it. And now I don't know what the future of my channel is going to be. Do I pivot to other RPGs entirely? I do a lot of D&D news stuff. News, depending on what kind of news you're talking about, can be sort of an unbiased agnostic opinion. So if everybody moves on from Dungeons and Dragons to something else, should I still cover D&D news as like, hey, been curious what's been going on with Wizards of the Coast lately? Here's this thing, and I just let you know what's going on as a purely informational thing, telling you what news is going on. That's a thing I could do, and like, hey, I know people have moved away, but there are a bunch of people I have in my comments and stuff right now that say things along the lines of, you know, I moved on from D&D, I don't even play in D&D anymore, but I come back to your channel to see what's going on with the community, and like, they just come here to listen to that kind of stuff, and that's, you know, a cool thing too. So, I don't really know. Let's keep going on. Currently waiting on the DM to get home, and we'll be doing Session 0 Savage Worlds. Jumping away to something else. Very cool. D&D is literally speed running their community to hate them. Is there a place for content? Because I have invested a ton of money and run my campaign off of D&D Beyond. What would you recommend? I'm not a huge knowledgeable about like other content outside. I mean, I know there are other companies that do like virtual tabletops and have character creators. So maybe I'll poll the community and do like a video in the future. I think this might actually do well about like put out a poll and say, hey, if you're looking for an alternative to D&D Beyond, what do you use? And then I could make a video talking about, hey, you know, what do you use instead, and make that as an option. As someone who's try to DM without using third-party content, so much harder to run a good game. Can we find the Hasbro shills in chat? There's a bunch of subscriptions. Thank you guys, everybody, for subscribing. Run a poll as who's canceled their D&D Beyond subs. I could do that. I could do it. Oh, you want me to do it here now? We could do that in the chat. Is Roll20 going to lose the right to host D&D books? They might, but I don't believe so, because I think they have a deal worked out with Wizards of the Coast. Because like DM's Guild and Roll20 and One Bookshelf are kind of together. Anything from Steam Forged Games, I think they might have put out a statement. I'm not sure. Ghostfire released a post on the Ghostfire podcast. Okay. Let's see. Oh boy, I jumped ahead quite a bit. Oh boy. Thank you, by the way, for all the donations and super chats, by the way. It'd be really cool if your channel has videos of you looking for other systems. Yeah, I will definitely be going over the Cobalt test packets, looking at other systems for sure. I mean, we're going to see what happens. Let's see. Have I played Dungeon Crawl Classics? I have played DCC once or twice. I think those streams exist somewhere on the internet that I played on other people's channels. Do I think there'll be a surge in popularity support to other systems, Call of Cthulhu, Vampire the Masquerade? Yeah, I think there will be a surge. I don't know if it'll be a lot, though. That's the thing, right? Could this be enough to drive everybody elsewhere? It might. We'll see. Isn't tomorrow the deadline for companies to accept the OGL 1.1 in the leaked documentation? Yes, it was tomorrow. Friday the 13th. How fitting. Could you take a look at some of the alternatives for DMs? Yes, we'll definitely do an alternative to D&D Beyond video for sure. Let's see. Anybody ever heard from WotC? Oh, let's go refresh everything. We haven't done that in a little bit. We'll just make sure nothing was posted. Let that refresh in the background. Remember when it wasn't about the money? I do. Well, again, back in the day, Wizards of the Coast used to be like Hasbro's quirky little project that made like money and they kept chugging. Now it's one of their flagship brands. Announcements from Cobalt Press, MCDM, and even people like the Dungeon Coast saying that they're going to make their own system isn't just splitting the party to take on the big bad evil guy. I love your content. Yeah, so I started making a video. I recorded a video 10 different times this morning, and I just didn't like the way it was coming out, and also everything else was kind of bugging me. And I mentioned in my original Open D&D video the concept of splintering, and this is kind of what I was talking about here. which is when they're having these poor decisions, the content creators and everybody else are starting to splinter off, and everybody's starting to do their own thing. So if we talk with just about some high level ones, right? We have base Dungeons and Dragons, whatever it is. We have MCDM, we have Kobold Press. So right now, what do you do as a player? Do you put all your eggs in one basket and say, I'm going hard on the Kobold Press Black Flag project, or do you go to MCDM? What if tonight, at before Critical Role goes live, Critical Role announces they're going to do their own system? Now you've got 4. And then someone mentioned Dungeon Coach, right? You got other people. You got DM Dave maybe doing their own. So now you have 7 different things out there of different ways to do Dungeons and Dragons, or alternatives too. Do you support one? Do you try to support all of them? If all of the other 6 have open gaming licenses, for lack of a better term, do you try to alter your content and then put out 6 versions of it so that everybody has a chance? For a long time, when people were doing 5th edition Kickstarters, they were making it 5th edition compatible and Pathfinder compatible. They pretty much seemed to stop doing Pathfinder compatible, and it was just 5th edition content. So do you make content for everything? And Hannah Rose did a really good Twitter thread about it today, about the concept how everybody wants everyone to come together to do like one solid, new, unique system. And that sounds great, but I think it becomes a too many cooks in the kitchen kind of situation, because everybody wants to do their own thing, and every different creator has their own thing that they take seriously, right? You know, one may really favor crunchy mechanics, whereas other may focus on role play or something of that nature. And it's like, can you actually come together to make something? I don't know. There's a lot of different ways to go about it. I don't know if you could ever get everybody to agree on one universal system. And then it's again like, where do you hang your hat? And then like, if you put all of your eggs in the Kobold Press basket and it ends up not working out, then you spend all that time creating for one system and it doesn't do well. The problem is we had one system that everybody was creating for, and that was Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. And Hasbro and WotC have made the decisions that they've made that put us in the boat that we're in, which is unfortunate. I don't know. Okay. Sorry, I went on a little rant there. Let's keep going. Critical Role pre-records and hasn't said anything yet. The only thing is that Mercer has liked some. Yeah, I have seen Matt Mercer liking open D&D tweets, so I'm assuming that he's on our side, but there may be legal red tape there, right? I can't imagine that what happened was a 2-book deal with The Explorer's Guide to Wildmount and Call of the Netherdeep. I imagine it was at least a 3-book, if not a 5-book deal, so he may not be able to say anything at all. Because it might just be, his hands are tied due to contractor, legal tape. Plus, at the same time, their new season of Legends of Vox Machina comes out next week, and that's Amazon. And technically, I think even watching the first season, nothing of it really screams Dungeons and Dragons per se. Like, they don't have to reference anything. I think that could be construed as D&D. Because then that could become an Amazon versus Hasbro battle. So I think they're okay in that respect, but they might just not want to like mess with stuff. I'm just trying to see. I don't see anybody saying anything specific over on Twitter, so I think we're okay. All right, let's keep going. D&D is worried about people using their IP in order to create outside content when the basis for all the content they have ever created. Another thing somebody had mentioned is if you look at the current talent at Wizards of the Coast, a lot of the talent at Wizards of the Coast currently are ex-third-party content creators, right? One of their kind of flagship people over there is Amanda Hammond, and she worked on Starfinder. That was one of her like claims to fame, and then now she's over there. You have a whole bunch of people that were ex-Kobolds from Kobold Press went over there, and they cut their teeth on third-party 5th edition content. And if you alienate all of those, you have no future working force to pull from as you continue to potentially try to expand and grow your company. Remember, as a Pathfinder 2E is different enough. so there's a lot. There's actually a really good article. I might make a video on it, but I think I need another lawyer to help me work through it. Her name is Kat Walsh, I want to say. And she's basically, I think she's the author creator of Thirsty Sword Lesbians, and she's a lawyer, and she did a really good article about like game mechanics and how potentially agreeing to even the OGL 1.0 was limiting what you could create. In fact, you might have been able to create more, but agreeing to it actually limited your usage. So I'm not 100% sure if that's true or not. I also am not seeing anything online anywhere. So we're going to continue to move through. Hasbro suits made OGL 1.1 happen more than likely. Let's see. We should have live chats with other YouTube and have cancel parties. It's a thing, right? Okay, every time D&D starts making money and improving the market, some nitwit grabs the wheel. Yeah, drives it right off the cliff. Yep. I want to take my kids to the movie. There's no way it's going to happen. Yeah, it sucks, right? I mean, I wanted a good, high-quality D&D movie to come out. And it looks like we might actually get that. And it sucks like that. There's the TV show. And I feel bad for the actors and actresses, the cast, the crew, who are doing all this stuff. And then, like, everything else turns out to be a dumpster fire. And they're just pulled along for the ride, which is unfortunate for them. Hasbro is doing their best to create the next great challenge to D&D a la Pathfinder versus 4th edition. Their pursuit of Monopoly only works in biz that doesn't rely on consumer creativity like TTRPGs do. Agreed. Tulak the Barbarian is apparently really concerned because he's entirely focused on 5e. Yeah, it's true, right? I get it. I mean, there's a lot of content creators that are like, this has become their whole livelihood, has been creating content. And again, who would have thought a 20-plus-year-old license would have been revoked or adjusted? Why would it? No one would. It doesn't make any sense. You know, the other thing that bothers me is if in theory it was irrevocable or it was revocable, why wouldn't you have done it when you were doing 4th edition nonsense? Why wouldn't you have revoked it then? But, you know, here we are. Boy, let's see. Separate arts from artists in this sitch. Don't yell at employees. Yeah, agreed. You know, don't go after people from Wizards of the Coast. We might think that Cynthia Williams, I think the new head of Wizards of the Coast, or yeah, you know, she might have been put in there because of her experience with Microsoft and stuff. But there are probably a lot of people who don't have any say in this, and they're unfortunately just good people working for bad people. Die Inspired, will you give your TTRPG web series, our TTRPGs web series? Love to all creators, and thank you to Nerd Immersion for being a voice. Yeah, go. Thank you, Chief. Sorry, I dropped this really cool Pathfinder mini. It's like a dinosaur fossil golem. It's really neat. It's on an unboxing that I did recently. I haven't released it yet. Yeah, so Die Inspired, thank you. Well, also, by the way, thank you for the huge super chat. I really appreciate it. And also, again, I haven't seen your web series, but I'll have to go check that out. And thank you again for the kind words. Appreciate it. Blow my mind here with all the donations, too, by the way, folks. This is wild. Thank you all so much. Call of Cthulhu Immersion. Actually, funnily, we were just talking about Call of Cthulhu on Tuesday night about possibly playing it. Would you be willing to do a video of an overview of Pathfinder? Yeah, so has WotC responded yet? No, nothing yet. I have been thinking, yeah, how I want to handle stuff going forward. Just covering other, you know, RPGs and things like that. So we'll see. I'm currently, I do have a lot of RPGs too. Some that I have played, a lot that I haven't. And obviously we'll be working through like playtest packets and stuff for Cobalt Press as best I can. Maybe MCDM if they have any interest in working together. We worked together a little bit on Arcadia, like me promoting it way back when like the first couple issues were coming out. So do you think they're trying to find the rat before they say anything and go after that person? Oh, whoever's leaking stuff? Possibly. Let's see. Paizo is going to team up with third-party creators. I saw something from Paizo coming out recently, teaming up to make an open RPG license. That would be cool if it works out. Cypher System. I've heard a lot about Cypher System. So why would you let them take there's 40 years of content? Please turn out Pathfinder 2. Yeah, we can talk about that. I mean, I know, so I think I have Aaron, I would say it's Aaron Shanks' email from Pathfinder, who's like their head of marketing. So we'll definitely talk about that. I've just bought the Alien RPG. Yeah, we're actually working to get an Alien RPG from Free League stream up. We're going to be using Alchemy to do it. I'll be playing in it. We're going to get some good folks into play on that, which is we're super excited. It was supposed to be January, so we might maybe get that maybe January and early February for that. Number one benefit of this whole situation is the unity of the community. Yeah, we are actually, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Even if people had issues with other RPGs and other things, a lot of people are banding together, and it's nice to see this kind of unity between everybody. Can't Call of Cthulhu be affected by the OGL 2? Yes, some of the very early D20 stuff, but I believe the current stuff is safe. I just saw a cancellation tweet from D&D Beyond from Mage Hand Press. WotC, we own the community. That's pretty clever. Let's see. Does Pathfinder have an online tool similar to D&D Beyond? I don't know. I will reach out. We'll find some stuff out. Let's see. They can't charge you for books you already have. True. How much of this do you think is Wizards versus Hasbro? It's hard to say. I'm assuming a lot of this is coming from Hasbro, but you never really know. Let's see. No, bury D&D, no coverage of the game is the only reasonable way forward. What do they come out and say all of this in regards to D&D Beyond a virtual tabletop? If you want your content on blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's... Try Savage Worlds. YouTube channel episode 3 drops in 30 minutes. Thank you, Die Inspired. Let's see. Thank you again for all the super chats. I'll continue to scroll through here, see what you guys have to say. We're going to catch up to one of these things where it's going to jump me way forward, and then I can scroll all the way back up to catch up to everything. WotC doesn't deserve that share of the market. They haven't earned it. Third party produces content miles above their quality. Accurate. Critical Role is probably under contract, and they may have already... Yeah, that's true. Man, I'm gonna change my slow mode to a little bit more, because there is just... It's so hard to keep up with everything. We're gonna make it to 30 seconds, I think. Also, wow, thank you to everybody. This is like, guys, I can't believe there's 3,000 people watching just me talk in my house. This is insane to me. Anyway. What was D&D Beyond subscription number before the OGL change? Current members. I don't know what the numbers were, but that's an interesting thing to find out. Any idea if this will affect Avray and the D&D on Discord? Probably, to some degree. Is WotC really responding today? People thought so. People were very confident that it was going to happen. I haven't seen anything. There's nothing on Twitch. People also thought it was going to be a video response. That was like the rumor that was circulating around. I don't see anything. I haven't seen a statement come out. I've been keeping an eye on social media. If any of you guys come across anything, you let me know. If not, we'll just continue to chat. Pull up D&D Beyond, since that's where they seem to release the original statement, see if anything is going on over there. Now, the last article was from talking about January subscriber perks from 2 days ago. The EFS also put out an opinion article about... Yeah, the EFF was the one I was talking about, and they actually updated theirs yesterday with new content. Yeah, we talked about they canceled their stream today. What happens to the OGL if WotC goes under? Guess we'll find out. Let's see. Again, basically going after WotC employees. Yeah, agreed. WotC's putting a lot of the movie, a lot behind that movie and making D&D a big franchise, but this will definitely hurt Hasbro. Agreed. I've been making content for 5e for years. So glad I rebranded. Always wanted to branch out into other systems. Shame it's under these circumstances. Agreed. Call of Cthulhu. I think some of it uses the OGL. I didn't think it was all of it. Oh, hang on. I just missed that one. Ryan Dancy was on a podcast recently and said that WotC, D&D, MTG were not considered a core brand that made money. As in the past, investors only cared about Transformers. It's only recently D&D came under the sights of investors. Yeah, thank you, Caleb. I agree. That makes a lot of sense, honestly. I mean, I went to HasCon in 2017, and they were launching betas of MTG Arena. So MTG has its big area. They also launched Tomb of Annihilation that weekend, and D&D had a small little area, and it was right next to like the Trolls movie, and that had a huge thing. Play-Doh had a huge section. All the Transformers, Star Wars, the My Little Pony movie was coming out. That had a massive section. Nerf. And like D&D had this tiny little booth with like Greg Tito standing at it, and that was like the D&D presence in 2017. So even then, it wasn't that big. So yeah, I don't know. Let's keep going. Apparently, Pathfinder was WotC, but it's not anymore. What's going to happen to all these third-party D&D resource websites like 5e Tools and VTTs? Yeah, that's going to be a big thing we're going to find out because the way things are written. AJ Pickett, mostly made Forgotten Realms lore videos, says he's switching to OSR. Yeah, I heard that. D&D Shorts. Oh, hey, thanks, man. I wish I could stay for the whole stream. We haven't forgotten that you were the first to break this story, Ted. And you would avoid... Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it so much. I really do. Arcadia is ending. That was another one, right? Arcadia, the MCDM magazine, that's ending in July. That'll be like the stop of their 5th edition content. I'd love to see you and your crew running a Blades in the Dark campaign. That could be interesting. We could maybe do that. Will the OGL 1.1 put Paizo Pathfinder out of business? I don't believe so, but they may have to pay fees, potentially, depending on how things are written and what ultimately comes out. Tucker says you're glad your latest Kickstarter was system agnostic. Smart move. Let's see. Let's keep going. Thank you for keeping us updated. Yeah, I'm doing my best, folks. That's what I try to do here is keep everybody up to date on what's going on. Let's see. Sad that we're probably just going to end up with another big corp land on original generic safe product, make it super accessible for the wide audience. I heard somebody recently say that the changes to 1D&D are mostly likely to make it easier to program in a virtual tabletop. And it's true, right? Virtual tabletops are more important now than ever because, I mean, virtual tabletops are the future of all RPGs. Whereas years ago when Dungeons and Dragons was created, and even maybe up until 5-10 years ago, people were still primarily playing RPGs around a physical table. Only recently have RPGs become, a digital thing. So their digital platform working well, they're really looking to invest in that in a lot of different ways. So, playtests for 1D&D going to stop? I don't think they're going to stop. We'll see. This has probably put a lot of their things on hold that I'm sure they're a little nervous about. Oh, okay. Apparently on the official D&D post, it said the D&D Beyond streaming schedule reflects an older programming plan that hasn't been followed for several months, and no streams for this week are currently planned. We apologize for any confusion this may have caused. So apparently, that was on their official streaming server, so it has nothing to do with it. So okay, that's that. Keep going. Let's see. I sincerely hope the leaker is someone higher up in the D&D leadership like Perkins. Perkins he disappeared off Twitter, and I wonder if that's because he doesn't want to be held accountable for any of the nonsense that's going on. Let's see. So yeah, apparently this stream was unrelated. Let's see. D100 Call of Cthulhu was unaffected. Yeah, that's what I figured. Can Dungeon World be affected? Again, you'd have to look through any of the systems that you're talking about or asking me if they're affected and see if they reference the OGL anywhere within their documentation. Have I tried Green Ronins, Mutants, and Masterminds 3rd edition? I have not. I really haven't had a chance to play many games outside of just Dungeons and Dragons, folks. I'm doing the Ghostbusters from West End Ghostbusters on Saturday night. That's really fun. I'm enjoying that. I am still going to be playing in my 5th edition Great Modron March campaign later tonight at 8:30 p.m. here on this channel. We still don't know what the future is going to hold. It doesn't seem like they're releasing any statements anytime soon. And it's tricky because we're also going to have that conversation later tonight. Do we want to switch to a different system too? I don't know. D&D 3.5 is after Hasbro bought WotC in an attempt to counter the OGL. D&D 4th edition was an attempt to counter the OGL. D&D 5e attempted to fix the damage. Yeah, if Bezos pulls Hasbro from the shop for a while, we might actually fight. We might forgive him for Rings of Power. Let's see. Thanks for the non-bio. Thank you so much for all the kind words. How does every golden age end slowly, then stunningly rapidly? Yeah, accurate. Sad, but accurate. Oops. I'm getting behind here. Let's catch up. Come on, YouTube. Scroll all the way back up. Get back to where I was. Hasbro owns Nerf. Yes, they do. That's why there's the D&D Nerf guns. I think we just bought a new studio setup. You bought me a new desk with all your super chats. I was thinking about getting a new desk recently, so I guess you just did that for me. You guys are nuts. I really do appreciate it, though. You guys are awesome. Let's see. Yeah, so CB Drawer, you said you were excited about the future of D&D. Man, me too. And I'm just so heartbroken, you know? Do I think that... So this is... Matt Miller, you're bringing up a concept that I've been thinking about. Do we think this could cause a Hasbro WotC split? Doubtful, but maybe. You know, could somebody come in and try to save... You know, WotC now is one of their biggest earners, though. That's the problem. They probably aren't going to sell the Golden Goose, although they have no problem cooking it, that's for sure. Pathfinder 2 has all the rules, archives of Nethys for free, and Path Builder is good for character creation. Okay, Path Builder looks to be the option, people are saying. Even if they roll back everything but keep the outrageous 25% revenue cut, it's still going to end worldwide support. Yep, agreed. Could you please show your dogs at the end of the stream? I'll ask my wife to let them downstairs, and we'll bring them in. Realistically, what would it take for everyone to go back to a game after all this bad press? That's what I've been asking in a lot of my videos. Is there anything they could do to bring you back? And I don't know. I don't think there really is at this point. Let's see. Their silence is singing them even more. Agreed. Some communication is better than no communication at this point. Let's see. Has the nerd immersion. Yeah, so the problem... Oh, it did. It went over to 10-2. You guys, thank you so much for everybody subscribing to the channel. Also, this thing is supposed to blink and then turn off. It's been having a hard time with all you guys subscribing and stuff today. Yeah, links are fine. I don't mind. Just don't be a jerk about it. That's all. When will the OGL 1.1 response start? Who knows? Maybe today. I really don't know. Let's see. We can't trust WotC anymore. Yeah, agreed. D&D Beyond's YouTube channel is a playlist for D&D Directs with a hidden video. Ooh, okay, hang on. Playlist. D&D Direct. With a hidden video, you say? Wait, where's that? Does somebody have a link? I don't see anything that's there that's... So there could be like a hidden video, but I don't see anything. The only thing I see is Monstrous Compendium, D&D Beyond's joining, Call of the Corrupted digital dice sale. I don't see anything that could be.
Welcome back to D&D
Oh,
Beyond.
Jesus
And you know
Christ,
what?
that's loud. Holy shit. Sorry, guys. That just scared the shit out of me. Anyway. I don't think that was it. Ryan Dancy, I do have an email out with him that I should be reaching. I have to follow up on to possibly get him on the channel to talk about the OGL, the original one. Do you think this is why Ray Wininger left or was fired? I do believe this is part of the reason why Ray is no longer in that position. If you look at Ray, actually did put out some public information that he disagrees as well. So I agree with Ray, where Ray Wininger does say it does appear that he is not a fan of the changes that have been made. One unavailability. Oh, thank you, Jordan. He says that, yeah, one unavailable video is hidden if you go and look at the actual playlist. So it's not there. But that might be it. So we'll keep an eye out for that. Yeah, I see where it is now. Thank you. Thank you, Jordan. Appreciate it. Let's see. Yeah, Wizards of the Coast has really been shooting themselves in the foot a lot. Magic the Gathering, their rep hasn't been good either. You're right. Play the One Ring 2E. Okay, we can look into that. If we could provide a safety net for everyone that decides to walk out of WotC. Oh, hi, pups. Come here. Thank you for listening, Claire. Anyway, so people were asking about dogs. Come here, you. Hi. Oh God. Oh, bye, Dora. Well. So anyway, these are my puppies. So here's Adam. Adora was just here a second ago. You guys remember Adora. She was in a lot of the videos at the start. This is our new guy, our Invigo Beagle. Adam. He's really sweet. Aren't you, buddy? You gonna stay and hang out with me while we continue to go through stuff? Hmm? Gonna hang out? You can stay with me. You're a good boy. I know. You want to sit down? Here, you sit down. You can just sit in my lap if you want. No big deal. Didn't I hear somewhere that the Free the Wizards release was the only thing? Oh, hi, Adora. Okay, oh, everybody's back. Come here. What's up? No? Okay. Bye, Adora. Is Demi playing a good replacement for D&D Beyond? It was made by the people who made D&D Beyond. So potentially. Oh, okay. Here. Adam's coming now. Yes, he's running. Would content created by people like Puff and Forrest, Joe Cat, or Dingle be affected by this? I think they fall under the fan content policy, as does myself. So I don't think so. Rumor is they disabled the unsub. Yeah, I heard that too. During all this controversy, the stock's been going up. But yeah, that's also unfortunate. Okay, Kitty isn't ending, just the 5e content. Gotcha. Power Rangers, yes, Sarah, agreed. We are going to be doing a Power Rangers stream here on this channel. I'll be running a Power Rangers RPG with some awesome people. I'm very excited about that. Let's see. I think Broken Compass might be a good alternative. I'd have to look into it. Goodman Games are going to get hit too. Let's see. Such a lack of real content for 5e. It's a shame they're just leaving money behind and chasing the wrong thing down. Yeah, we bump up to 102 here. So thank you again for the subscriptions here on the YouTube. No official statement yet. We're going to continue to WotC tomorrow. Guys, we were joking. Jeez, can't you take a joke? Yeah, right. Could you imagine? If you were in WotC's shoes under corporate pressure to increase monetization, how could/would you do it to preserve community in the marketplace? Is there a good compromise? So if I wanted to not do what they're doing, I would make D&D Beyond or whatever virtual thing they're going to do open source, like a Steam where anybody could publish on it. That would be a big one because you'd still get people doing it. You'd still charge them a fee of some kind. That would be one. I would produce some things like what setting is my latency on for this stream? Oh, it's on normal latency. That's why. Well, I can't change it now, can I? YouTube latency is so slow. I forgot that when you choose to set it up, it goes to normal latency instead of low latency or ultra low latency. That's why I'm so far behind on the chat. I don't think there's any way I can change it either. Damn it. And yeah, I think I would just rely on more products, more realistically lifestyle products. I do think they could make a ton of money by like making holy symbols, right? If they were making holy symbols for all of the different deities, right? You could do that and release it, and that would be fine, and that would do well, and that could make a lot of money. There's a lot of little things they could do here to like monetize and sell certain things that would do well in the community, but they chose not to do it. Let's see. Let's keep going. VTTs are lame. A lot of subscriptions. Cancel D&D Beyond. Use 5e tools. Gizmodo article says the leak came from outside WotC. Okay. No, the leaks from today were inside WotC. The ones that were from the Gizmodo article, I believe, were people who had received it as part of getting access to things for signing of the agreements, right? That was the thing. Unable to accept invite. No. These cowards cancel the stream. I'm just making sure I'm checking over on Twitter to see if anybody's posted anything. No, I don't see it. It doesn't look like there's any videos released either. I gotta jump back up. Dungeon World isn't OGL either. Okay. Oh god, I just got to the part where everybody's freaking out about the dogs. No way third-party creators are going to continue working with D&D, even if they roll back, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Thank you, Jordan. It was supposed to start at 3 o'clock, but it doesn't seem like that's going to happen. So many comments about dogs. Yeah, that was Xander, by the way. That's my original. He came in the background here. Xander, I've had Xander since 2009. He was my OG pup, but he usually doesn't come down the stairs too much anymore. But he did. D&D Beyond has the unlisted. If you go to the playlist for D&D Direct 2022, there's an unlisted video in there. Oh, well, that was my wife, Claire. She just ran away. But, she was there. So thank you, Claire, again, for everything. Appreciate it. New game system based on pup when? I'll ask them. We'll see if we can't roll for floof. Yeah, they're very cute. I love them a lot. Stream numbers just spiked. Yeah, that happens, right, with dogs. Wait till $1,000 5e1 D&D rule books come out. Yeah, I know, like the $1,000 MTG cards, right? That's crazy. Let's see. Demiplane RPG is the original digital toolset for is the official digital toolset for Pathfinder. Okay, so Demiplane will probably be the way to go for Pathfinder. Yeah, well, in case you didn't catch it, my one dog's name is Adora, and my other dog's name is Adam, right? Like Princess Adora and Prince Adam, She-Ra and He-Man. That's the whole thing there. In this chat. Okay, let's poll it. All right, fine. Engage with your audience. Start a poll. Here we go. Oops. Have you canceled your subscription? Let's see. Scrolling back up. Oh, here we go. Get some more stuff from you guys. Let's see. I love the folks from the MTG community, like Pleasant Kenobi, Commander's Quarter, also covering the OGL debacle. Yeah, I mean, Moist Critical did a video on OGL stuff. So, you know, lots going on there. Imagine if they could be so cold-blooded as to announce their BS on Critical Role tonight. That would be wild. Well, I'm thinking we might get some statement from Critical Role in some aspect tonight. Although I don't know if that's true. Is disabling the ability to just unsubscribe even legal? I'm not sure. They could always say that it was like a 404 error from traffic, but it might be intentional. Was that under the Renegade system? Yes, the Power Rangers RPG under the Renegade system is what we'll be playing. I've got a cast of 6 players. We're just trying to figure out timing to launch that. I'm very excited about it. Critical Role better not run a D&D Beyond ad tonight. Well, I guess we'll find out. Have I played the Dragon Age? I've heard of the Dragon Age RPG. I have not played it. I was really, really big into Dragon Age Origins, but then I never really kind of just dropped off with the series after that. No, nothing has been said yet. Here's a small part of the overall video podcast where he talked about the OGL and his thoughts about Hasbro. I'll have to grab that link and we'll pull it off to the side here. I don't know if I'm going to watch it right now because we're in the midst of... Who's this? Who was this from?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So.
This is the Roll for Combat video. Got it. Thank you. The YouTube monetization model split a 50-50 if they choose to host D&D content on D&D Beyond. Powered by the Apocalypse is a fantastic system. Avatar Legend is powered by it. Yeah, so I have played Monster of the Week, which is powered by the Apocalypse. I have played Glitter Hearts, which is powered by the Apocalypse. And I did back the new Avatar, like Magpie Games Avatar RPG, and my stuff is shipped, so I should be receiving all the Avatar The Last Airbender stuff soon. Excited about that. Thanks, Ted, for everything that you do. I use D&D Beyond for my character building. Is there another app that I can go to for character building? I will look into what we can do as far as character building goes for 5th edition outside of D&D Beyond. I think I will poll the community to see what everybody else uses, and then we'll make a video on that response. Sign Dancy's petition on stream. Can somebody link me Dancy's petition? I'll sign it. Let's see. Download the OGL 1.1 here. Okay, keep going. Let's see. Open all editions of D&D people create for. I think the best way to monetize is with the VTT, minis, tiles, design packs. Yeah, it's microtransaction-y a VTT that's done in that way, but that's potentially a thing they might do. Claim D&D Beyond support site. Neat props over quick profits for the Vanguard group. Let's see. WotC needs to stop this. Yeah, well, I don't think they are. Until last week, I 100% would have bought a Raven Queen symbol. Yeah, Vecna one too. Yeah, 100%, right? People would have shelled out. I'd been trying to tell Beetle and Grim and WizKids for the longest time that they could make so much cash if they could do holy symbols. Let's see. Strange that CR hasn't put out a statement. They may not be able to. They may be tied between, you know, legal stuff, but we'll see. Let's see. Would a 5% royalty with the ability to use anything, thinking of Artificers, be an acceptable structure? Possibly. But the thing is, there's no royalty now. I think, honestly, if you wanted to maintain goodwill, you'd, you know, You'd make OGL 1.0b. It would basically provide everything that it already provides, but just official statement that it's irrevocable going forward. And then you would update the SRD content to include new content, or more recent stuff for 5th edition or 1D&D, whatever it would be. That would be possibly a way to regain a little bit of credibility, but I don't think they're going to do so. I haven't seen anything, I mean, other than the fact that the OGL hasn't come out yet, 1.1. Again, D&D Shorts did share that email on Twitter. I made a video talking about it, my video earlier as well. Let's see. It would be great if other companies like Paizo, Cobalt, and Mac Colby could join forces. Yeah, I talked about that a little bit. It would be nice if they all kind of came together, but I don't believe that. Like I said, I think it's too many cooks in the kitchen situation. Getting messages over here. Let's see. Thanks for covering this. We're switching our system so our Kickstarter can survive this OGL nonsense. Friday. Yeah, let me know. We'll talk for sure. Ryan Dancy's petition. Somebody just linked it to me. Thank you, Munjin Daster over on Twitter for sending that to me. Let's go ahead and pull this up. Let's see. Let me just keep going. They even have products like that just a few months ago. I bought a set of replica magic rings because I love that stuff. Yeah. Baldur's Gate 3. So that's going to be tricky, right? I love Baldur's Gate 3, and I met a lot of the people at Larian Studios, and I'm super excited about that game. And I do still want to play Baldur's Gate 3. Because I like the story, I like the people behind it, but it's a tricky situation. What will happen with the current Cobalt Press printed and PDF content such as Midgard? I think it's going to be okay, I believe, but we shall see. If the VTT is good, lots of money on the table, subs, microtransactions could get folks to move, but I don't think it will be good as they're closing their door. Yeah. They pushed it back to 5 p.m. EST. Does anybody have a link or anything to confirm that that's true? I haven't. Some people are saying it got pushed back to 5. I don't see anything. I'm checking all of my Discord servers. I don't believe I see anything. Oh, wait. Did Linda put out an article? They did. Okay, let's see what Linda Kodega has to say. They put out a new article. We're going to read it live. Okay, let's see what they said. Wizards of the Coast cancels OGL announcement after online ire. The new Dungeons & Dragons open game license was expected on Thursday afternoon, but a fan campaign against changes has caused the company to hesitate. D&D publisher Wizards of the Coast has apparently canceled an announcement about their updated open gaming license for a second time this week. Inside sources at Wizards of the Coast tell IO9 the company is scrambling to formulate a response to backlash against the new OGL that has occurred over the past week, following IO9's story about a leaked draft of the document. Hasbro-owned Wizards of the Coast did not immediately respond to a request to comment for this story. According to IO9 sources, the new OGL, known as OGL 2.0, was supposed to go live on Thursday afternoon, along with detailed FAQ explaining changes and addressing fan concerns. But after D&D personality Ginny D tweeted that people should cancel their D&D Beyond subscription in order to send a clear message to Wizards of the Coast regarding that fan base thinks of the development around the OGL, the message was widely shared, and a stream of subscribers turning off their payment to D&D Beyond appeared to temporarily shut down the landing page for subscription cancellations because of server errors. Again, here's Christian Hoffer from comicbook.com commenting as well. The result of these cancellations and their impact on the bottom line of Wizards of the Coast is not negotiable, according to IO9 sources at the company, and has caused upper management to scramble to adjust their messaging around the situation, leading to the delays of the OGL's release. Wizards of the Coast also canceled a pre-scheduled D&D Beyond live stream on Twitch, which had been set for 5 p.m. on Thursday. Although the company stated on its Discord this was done to update to a previously agreed upon schedule, rather than as a response to the purported announcement. It remains unclear whether Wizards of the Coast will release the hotly anticipated new OGL and what its final contents will include. In the meantime, Wizards of the Coast and Dungeons & Dragons appear to be at a critical point with their fan base, facing petitions, drives, open letters, and announcements from third-party publishers like MCDM and Cobalt Press rejecting the new OGL in favor of creating their own systems. Editor's note. This article is a breaking news story, and the information cited on this page may change as the story unfolds. Our writers will update this article as new information is released. So there you go. Apparently there was going to be something OGL 2.0 released today. And then, yeah, we made a big fuss. Ginny D and so many of us other releasing the hashtag D&D Beyond and canceling your D&D Beyond subscription. To do so, put them on the back. We gave them pause, folks. We did it. That's what we wanted to do. If you haven't canceled, consider doing so now. Also, I was linked this from Ryan Dancy here. 20 years ago, I helped create the OGL, which helps save Wizards D&D. Today, that license is at risk of being changed by Hasbro and at Wizards of the Coast. I'm hoping that a coordinated response by the community might make them reconsider their plans. Let's go ahead and check this out. Hasbro, please take action regarding the open game license v1.0a. There's been a lot of people that have created different kind of open letters and things, but here's, this is a pretty good one here. The worldwide community of gamers who use open license content 1.0a represents a 2-decade success story. The open game license was used to create a shared piece of intellectual property, including the rules of D&D at a time when the role-playing game market was in a crisis. It succeeded. Today, Hasbro, the owners of D&D, via the subsidiary Wizards of the Coast, is planning to deauthorize v1.0a of the license. We, the signatories to this position, are asking Hasbro to take no action with regard to v1.0a of the open game license. Do not attempt to deauthorize or revoke it. We ask Hasbro recognize that millions of people have invested their time, their resources, and their creative power into open game content and projects that use open game content, that any attempt to alter the fundamental licensing system which enables that would bring great harm to the community. It will also bring great harm to Hasbro itself. The effects of the proposed changes have already generated tremendous chaos and fragmentation of Hasbro's customers, and those effects will magnify and become more powerful if the company succeeds in its current plans. Our ask is simple. Please make a public statement that neither Hasbro nor Wizards of the Coast will attempt to deauthorize or revoke the open game license version 1.0a. There we go. Sign this petition. Done. Okay. Yeah, but Friday anyway, when you do get around to releasing your Kickstarter or whatever, you let me know and I will gladly, we'll have talks, we'll do promotion like we talked about it before. Also, if you were at PAX Unplugged, I'm sorry I missed you this year. Okay. Xander, Xander, as in Xander, from referring to my dog from before, from like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That was Hasbro did kill Optimus Prime to make room for a new toy line in the next series release. Is Cobalt Press Midgard now obsolete? I don't believe so. Let's see. Go Black Flag. I did the poll. Everybody asked for the poll. I did the poll. Scrolling back up so I don't miss anything that you guys had said. Because there's a lot. Okay. Philip DeFranco. Yeah, I heard Philip DeFranco did a video on it too, so it's really gotten up there. It's become very mainstream, this concept of what's been talked about. I canceled my D&D subscription. Yes, I did that earlier. I got my Avatar The Last Airbender today. I'm super excited to get that book. I want to play through it and check it out. I think it would be really fun. Would moving to GURPS be feasible? Possibly. Fantasy Age system is what the Dragon Age system turned into. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, technically character builders aren't allowed at all. You're right, under the 1.0a. Or 1.1 rather, sorry. What we do is comment on mass under Critical Role video to ask for a statement. I don't want to harass people, but you know, people can do whatever they want. We'll see. Maybe Critical Role will make a statement. We don't know. I use Foundry. I think Foundry might be one of the ones that may not get the license going forward. But who knows? Have you tried the Lancer RPG? I have not. Basin. I've heard of Basin. I actually have it. It's from Free League. I have a copy of it. I have not read through it though. Magpie Games made the Avatar TTRPG. Hashtag D&D Begone is the hashtag for getting rid of D&D Beyond. Let's see. Linda Cadega's last tweet is great. They're great. I love what they do. A lot. They really had done a great job of holding Wizards of the Coast accountable, and I'm glad they leaked what they did, when they did. So, I'm not allowed, and I cannot comment on everything happening on a minute my business basis. I got to do the journalism, but I promise I'm watching, taking notes, and preparing. Thank you all for your support of my reporting. More to come. That was their most recent tweet, rather. Sorry. Yeah, their articles are awesome. Hey, everyone upset a spaghetti about this. Don't take it out on the WotC staff. Phone calls go to real people. Emails, texts, etc. all go to real people. Keep up the resistance, but don't make someone's bad day worse. Yeah. Okay, let's keep going. Do you think this will affect virtual tabletops like Roll20? Possibly, although I don't believe Roll20 will be affected because I think Roll20 has license deals with Wizards of the Coast. Let's see. Yeah, we talked about the stream list is canceled. Linda has a brand new article. Yep, we just read it. Can you imagine if they had a jeweled ring based on Sune? I'd happily... Yeah! There are so many ways you could have made more money on the cash cow that is Dungeons and Dragons rather than doing what you're trying to do. Again, there are people that have broken down the math pretty subsequently into multiple specific directions and show that, like, all the third party makes a fraction of what Wizards of the Coast made last year, specifically Dungeons and Dragons. You're not getting a ton of money and not really boosting your bottom line that much doing whatever the 1.1 was set out to do. And you're still going to focus on that when you could be doing other things to generate money. And again, like if you had done something, like I said, the Steam concept, make D&D Beyond open to third party where people can pay to get their third party. Okay, let's say I design a level 1 to 20 class that's really cool and I want it on D&D Beyond so other people can use it. I would pay D&D Beyond a licensing fee so that I could have put it on D&D Beyond and then people would have access to it. Because I've talked to it, Jordan talked about it in a conversation we'd had offline about it too, about how sometimes people just won't want to look at things or even use third-party content if they couldn't get it on D&D Beyond, because that was what they were used to using as a convenience sake, and they would focus more on the convenience factor than they would on actually the good content. Like, there's a ton of awesome stuff from, like, Cobalt Press's Tome of Heroes and other things, but if you don't have that or someone didn't take the time to program that into, D&D Beyond or something, people wouldn't want to use it. So a simple way they could have gotten more monetization would be allow licensing to allow third parties to make content on D&D Beyond. Now, I don't know what that would look like ultimately from the programming side of the house, but that would be a good way to do it, and you could have continued to make money and supported third-party creators at the same time. Instead, we're now en masse canceling D&D Beyond subscriptions because apparently that's the only thing they care about. If a splinter happens, it'd be nice to have a common core character sheet across the board. This would make it much easier. That might not be the hardest thing to do, would be a common character sheet with different systems. That's probably the most reasonable way I've seen to try to combine everybody together. It's funny that WotC announces one D&D with something like, there won't be any additions anymore. It'll all be one D&D. So the first part might actually come true. Yeah. Yeah, read the article there. Let's see. I checked Gizmodo. I got it, guys. I got it. I intend on continuing to play 5e. I'm just not giving them any more money. Or I canceled D&D Beyond. I'm running on Adventures of Middle-earth. Okay. Can't cancel, never subscribed. I saw the article, guys. I saw it. WotC already made its money from BG3. You can support Larian and sleep just fine. Yeah, you're right. Critical Role usually does not take big public stands or make public statements like this due to their fan base's size. We'll see. We'll see if they say something. Just clarifying for the poll. Well, I should have added a third option to the poll that was like never had one in the first place, but D&D Beyond stream schedule says new stream is 1:17 at 5 p.m. Eastern. Let's see. I do see one on 1:17. But we'll see. That might just be some more for the old scheduling. A couple of press made an announcement on their site pushing through with what they've already scheduled. Yeah, agreed. So that kind of explains that. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, this number has gone up to 102,000. You guys are awesome for subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate it. Has anyone heard from Free League about Lord of the Rings 5e? That's one of those ones that people have talked about. They talked about the potential that Knights of the Old Republic, the Star Wars video game, was kind of built on OGL stuff, as well as like Lord of the Rings 5e and the Tolkien estate. Could the Tolkien estate and Disney be the ones to put Hasbro back in line? Possibly. It was 1.1, and now apparently it's being, what the article says is 2.0. So that could be, I don't know what that means, but we'll see. Okay, here's the deal with EZD6 is a very quick. I've heard a lot of good things about EZD6. Let's see. I think the immediate and reactionary response from lifelong fans are a little ridiculous. Don't get me wrong, sending this message is important, but rather see a response. Everyone jump ship. Yeah, I don't know. Hotly anticipated, that's one way to put it. True. I already have Baldur's Gate 3 since 2020, so I'm going to play it. Yeah, I already have it. I got it in 2020 as well. And I met a bunch of the team at PAX East last year, and I'm probably going to see them at PAX East again this year. So I'm excited to see. Also, there was the whole Penny Arcade thing, right? Where they canceled or they ended AC Inc. And then they said, like, whether or not it was just Penny Arcade jokes about the whole, like, Dark Sun coming to Kickstarter. I don't know if that's still going to happen. I'm curious about that. Let's see. Big question on Critical Role is who owns Exandria? Darrington Press or Wizards of the Coast? I imagine it's still Darrington Press and they, like, license it to Wizards, but I'm not sure. Let's see. Change is not always growth, but growth is often rooted in change. Wow, what a great Drizzt quote to pull out for this. Great job. And before they call us out as a toxic fan base, right? Yeah, I know. Yeah, on it being an early draft, the OGL 1.1 was sent out with contracts. It was final. Agreed, right? You don't send a draft document with contracts attached. Finally, it's clear Dungeons & Dragons No Honor Among Thieves should be the movie title. Accurate. Thank you for all the kind words. Yeah, I mean, Ginny has worked with WotC. She was on a couple of, like, the Fizz bands, I think, like, live thing. And she came out and made her statement about canceling stuff. So I think that was a really big blow to them because it's a big personality. I mean, the fact that, like, again, it also should be a big fact that, like, major YouTubers are out here making videos on it. You would think that that would have helped too, but either way. Please remind people that they just cancel. They don't lose everything they bought. They just can't share bought materials or have unlimited characters. Yeah. Remember to download PDFs of your characters. Cobalt, MCDM, and Ghostfire need to agree on a unifying language for their games. Andy Fagan, just sending this because you're... Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate all the kind words. You guys are awesome. I can't believe that there's so many of you still hanging around. We've been at this for, what, almost 2 hours? And there's been over 2,000 people here. This is wild, folks. Like, this is not what I never thought that, one... well, you ask my family, you know, they'll tell you that I can talk for hours on end with no problems. But the fact that there's so many of you that want to listen to me do it still blows my mind. So I really do appreciate all of you. What's going on with Hasbro? Power Rangers fans aren't happy. Transformers fans aren't happy. MTG isn't happy. Now D&D. Yeah. What is going on with Hasbro? It's a great question. The article to sign, I will link the article here. This is probably a little late for the time you're seeing, but this is the article to the link to the Ryan Dancy petition. I just linked it there. Oh. You linked the petition. I just linked the petition. Sorry for the delay. I follow several streamers, and for example, Bob Worldbuilder, the Dungeon Coach, Dungeon Dude said they distance themselves a bit from D&D and move in more system agnostic direction. Yeah. Hasbro is barely making a profit as a company, so they're prepared to ruin everyone's rep. Unsubbed from Beyond a couple hours ago. Thank you. Oh, what was that article that you showed about their subservice being down? It was the unsubscribe section of D&D Beyond not being up right now. That was the thing. But I think I showed it. That was Linda Codega of IO9/Gizmodo. That was their article that I had just read. They're the ones who broke the original kind of full OGL last week on Thursday. They also put out, once again, if you're at WotC or a part of the WotC staff and want to talk, please reach out to me and let me know what's going on. I promise anonymity, and I will not share screenshots. And if you ask for my signal in DMs or via email, I will give it to you. So they're out there doing journalism work. So let's keep going. Do you think that we'll see a sort of porting house rise from the splintering a la video game porting, but between all the new systems? Potentially, depending on if the new systems all have open things, you might see porting to all the systems. They didn't release a response video. No, they did not. Yeah, I heard Linus Tech Tips talked about it as well on his channel. Pathfinder 2E wants me. Well, we'll see. Do you think it would be possible to just change phrasing of roles to not include their style of stat blocks? It's possible. Anyone here using Savage Worlds? We talked about that a little bit. No statement yet. Yeah, Critical Role probably under an NDA. It's possible. Yeah. Magpie is the creator, yeah, of the the Avatar game. Sorry. Let's see. Has there been any response? Joe Manganello. I don't know if he's put out anything. I'd be interested to see what I saw him put out something about, like, it looked like a new gaming table. Yeah. Whatever. Let's see. Have they put out an official statement yet? Nope. Nothing yet. Congrats on 102K. Thank you so much. Can't cancel D&D Beyond subscription you never had. Accurate. WotC has not issued a statement. No. We did have an article from IO9 that we read that they were planning to release it this afternoon. And basically the big stir of everybody canceling subscriptions to D&D Beyond kind of made them backpedal. Is Foundry in real danger? I'm not sure if they're in danger, but I'm not sure. I don't know. Can WotC do anything to regain your trust? For me, probably not. They can do stuff to kind of level set if they actually do anything, but I don't think they're going to. Let's see. Telling you they should have made their own Hero Forge. Yeah, if they'd done something like that, that probably would have done well. I'm assuming, I don't know if Foundry has a direct contract with Wizards of the Coast, or if they have, like, just they're using just the SRD content. Because, like, can you buy modules on Foundry? You can buy, like, any module, basically, of a new adventure release, you can usually buy those on Roll20 and Fantasy Ground, so I think they have a contract. I'm not sure about Foundry. Have I tried City of Mist? No, but I have heard of it. I'm guessing WotC is not confident in one D&D and they want to stifle competition beforehand and never allow another Paizo to rise up. Potentially, yeah. Is Stranger Things going to face any issues with this whole shebang? They have roots in D&D and continue to expand on them. I'm not sure. I don't know. I think they might just kind of move kind of parallel to it. I'm not sure. Have they tried paying folks to write better modules? Don't think so. They didn't make an announcement. Not yet, anyway. Frog Out games, Necromancer games are opposed. Yeah, a lot of people. Pretty much everybody's opposed to the new stuff. Your chat is just like 10 minutes behind. Yeah, somehow I screwed up and put it on normal latency instead of ultra low latency, so I'm like 10 minutes behind here. What people need to realize is all corporations like this, about critical want to be able to do NDAs. Yep. Coder manual specifically says there's no OGL content in the game. Okay, so then that's fine. Okay. So Brian Dancy. Okay, someone had said that it used the OGL, but I guess it didn't, so that's fine. Pathfinder 2E is OGL. It might be. I thought it might have some stuff, but yes, channel ... Companies like Larian are who we should feel bad and worry about. Agreed. Matt Mercer said in the past he will never shine away rights to his world. I believe that. Well, very much so. Let's see. WotC has no IP on Exandria, as Teldori was published outside of WotC. Make sure I'm not missing anything, because this is so... I'm so bummed that I didn't click a regular latency. What would it take for the OGL for you to actually stay with D&D? It's pretty much at the point of no return. But like I said, there are a couple things they could do to kind of level set and put it into the middle ground, and it would be, it would basically be to make the OGL unrevocable, as I had said, and then also to basically allow you to update to cover more recent SRD content. Let's see. There's no statement from WotC yet. Did Power Rangers get canceled? I don't know. I'm just following up. Hasbro probably bitter after their failed HeroScape Kickstarter. Let's see. Chris Cox is what's going on with Hasbro. He's shaping up to be the Bob Chapek of Hasbro. Yeah. What can you bring in? I mean, I know Disney they got rid of Bob Chapek and brought in Bob Iger again. Can we do the same thing with Chris Cox for Hasbro? Well, people are saying that the D&D Beyond unsubscribed thing is available again. No, there is no statement of any kind. It seems like they delayed it. My biggest concern is that there is a unified community around D&D. After this, I feel the community will be splintered and fractured. Yeah, that's kind of a concern that I've had too, is that if people start making their own systems, people are going to splinter off. We had one unified system, and that was 5th edition, when Wizards of the Coast put us in the situation we're in right now. Cobalt Press is making their own system. MCEDM is making their own system. Is Critical Role going to do that too? They might as well. And then several other people have talked about it as well. So you might end up with 7 different versions of a 5e successor. And, which one do you back or support? Legal Eagle is building a video. That is very true. I'll be sure to take a look at that when that comes out. I don't think anything's coming today, not based on Linda's article. Vice also made a blog post article about the D&D and the OGL. Yeah, it's hitting Forbes. It's hitting all these really big companies, so it's mainstream news now. Keith Baker made a minor comment. Let's Let's see. What did Keith Baker say? I met Keith at PAX Unplugged. Super cool guy. Let's see. I didn't see anything from Keith that really says anything specific. I don't know. Thank you also, by the way, for everybody who's joining the channel as well. Appreciate that. Let's see. Hasbro share prices dropped by 52% today. Is that accurate? That's pretty interesting. Cancel my sub. We'll have to go back to D&D Beyond if they can get out from under, which is the Coast Evil Grip. Yeah. 2,100 subscriptions canceled via vote. Oh, that's from my vote here. That's pretty cool. Tracy Hickman made a statement. Okay, let me go look. I don't have a lot of these people's social media handles memorized. I don't know what Tracy Hickman's social media is. Also a very, very nice, wonderful person. Yeah, I don't know. Don't have his social media there. 15 years to the game, and then they go and stab the devotion and love in the back. Yeah, I know. Thank you for joining the channel, Blake. Appreciate that. Foundry uses SRD in third party. Okay, yeah, so then potentially they might have to get rid of that. If Perkins or Crawford resign in the next 6 months, we will know that that was the internal civil war going on between creative and management. Yeah, we'll have to see. I don't think any of them have made any comments on social media recently either. Nope, nothing, no updates, no potential releases. I found now would be the perfect time for the new 1 D&D UA to drop to try to distract everyone. Yeah, well, they haven't even closed the previous one's survey yet, so that would have been a smart move to try to drop the new UA today to get everybody to steer to something different. I think the silence by WotC is a good thing. No, I think they didn't have a good answer. So they have to, because again, like I said, they're not coming out and saying that this was all false information that was leaked. What they're trying to do is backpedal to come up with a response to try to paint themselves in the best light. Is this a WotC or Hasbro motion? I think it's primarily Hasbro, but it's probably a little bit of both. Let's see. Can one cancel their Magic Arena accounts or subs? You make a reaction to the Asmongold video. He does reaction all the time and would welcome it. Maybe I will. I have questions. What about your memorabilia on the wall? We have to take it down. And is Pathfinder okay to use on stream? I'm not taking down the stuff I put up. You know, I mean, maybe this one with the D&D logo. But, like, I still like R.A. Salvatore's work. So the Drizzt scimitars, I'm probably going to keep them up there because I really like those books. This shield, I made this shield. I'm going to keep that up there, you know. But like I said, maybe this WotC, that one will come down maybe because it's got the D&D logo on it. Let's see. Yeah, I should have added the option to not having an account to the poll, but let's see. Dozens of games out there. Is there a way for WotC to regain my trust? No. Could they do something to keep me playing / business? Yes, but it doesn't look likely. That's kind of what I've been kind of saying. I don't think they're ever going to get my trust back. But they could level set things to like a neutral state if they really come out with something pretty substantial, but I don't think they're going to. It's kind of amazing how fast the gaming community pulled together about this. All I see on Reddit and Twitter is the arguments, but they try to screw you all over. We're all in the same party. Yep, agreed. Could you imagine if they're so silent, not because they are listening and changing, but they're aggressively looking for the internal leakers? It could be true. But again, I think the main article that Linda Codega posted about was an external person that had received the OGL contract. Let's see. Get an email from Roll20. Find your favorite new game in 2023. Let's see. This all breaks my heart. Yeah, mine too. Hasbro stock price did not go down. Yeah, I didn't think so. Has WotC responded? No, they're still hiding. Again, the newest article from Gizmodo and IO9 says they were planning to, but then this big torrent of people canceling their D&D Beyond subscriptions kind of gave them pause. Oh, Keith made a reference to Eberron's corporate greed as the undefeated worst villains. Oh, I think I did see that, actually, now that you mention it. All the investment bros who shorted Hasbro should just made a Scrooge McDuck money vault full of money today. Hasbro stock is up today, not down. Props to Ginny D to stand up. Yes, agreed. I'm really happy, to see that people are banding together. Even people that have worked with Wizards and stuff in the past. Let's see. Scroll back up. Seer's been distancing themselves from DMD very proactively as of recent. Seems they're the same situation as Colville, yeah. Absolutely looking for the leaker, yeah. I can't change the survey, I can just end the survey. That's all I can do. Cancel your subscription, block from using from the books you've gotten. No, I think you can still keep what you have if you cancel the subscription. You just can't share it, I believe. And you're limited on the number of characters you can make. Would Foundry and other VTTs have to remove 5e compatibility outright under the OGL? It seems likely. We've not heard yet. When do you think they will close the survey? Oh, you mean the well, they still were planning to close it the 20th, so I imagine they're going to keep it all the way till the end. T.R. Hickman is Tracy Hickman. Okay. Let's see what Tracy Hickman had to say. I don't see a statement. Yeah, I don't see a statement. Maybe it's on their website? Not on... I'm not seeing any statements. Maybe I'm missing it. Oh, either way. Surely they'll realize their error and walk it back. I wouldn't count on it. Chris Cox used to be at Microsoft. I wonder if he was the one who came up with the debacle that was Xbox One. Same naming scheme. D&D 1, Xbox One. Yeah, you could be right. Have I heard of the anime campaign system? I have not. Only reason the stock hasn't plummeted yet is the market share is not aware of us. That's probably true. Rifts uses GURPS, which is owned by WotC, so don't think it's an alternative. Cover Pathfinder 2E, that's potential in the future. Mercer and CR have 5e/1 D&D in their hands, and if they come up with a competitive system, WotC's in big trouble. Old folks left 5e years ago. Free League is great. 50% of new players are CR. Rifts doesn't use GURPS. I didn't think it did, but did Palladium sell Rifts? I'm not sure. No update. Well, let's see. Could D&D potentially be bought by somebody else? Potentially, but I don't think Wizards of the Coast is going to sell. Is it wrong that I'm sad it took this long for people to fight against WotC, not the support to DMs or recent bad books or the massive power creep happening? I'm happy, but it took long for me. Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody's happy that we're at where we're at, but, you know, again, people could have probably figured this out if they were looking at what's been going on with Magic the Gathering lately. What if Critical Role accepts the OGL 1.1? Well, it sounds like they walked that back to make a new OGL 2.0. But if Critical Role accepts it, that'll be very interesting for the community, for sure. I'm not sure what it's going to do, because the fan base of Critical Role will likely follow whatever decision they make. So, Critical Role was originally Pathfinder. They switched to 5e, but that was also because they were working with Geek and Sundry when Geek and Sundry was launching their streaming platform, and they wanted a D&D show, so they had Critical Role join, and that was that whole thing. It's funny, I joked about this in my D&D group that I was looking forward to the new Apocalypse, that usually accompanies a new edition change, but this is not what I was expecting. Yeah, right? The guy behind Steinhardt's Guide to the Eldritch Hunt might not be able to sell his book on his website after he fulfills his backer due to the new OGL. It's true. Critical Role is more a web series than a TTRPG. Potentially, it is still a game, though, in that aspect, but yeah. It won't be much longer until no statement equals a statement of support for WotC. CR, Dimension 20, Joe M, and others noisy in their silence so far. Interesting concept. It might be true. Do we know anyone who signed 1.1? I don't know, but if they're changing it, I don't know what happens. Do they just get automatically ported? So someone did sign the 1.1. Did they just get ported to 2.0 automatically? Yeah, the Flutes Loot made a really, really good video you should check out. It's got a lot of really good information. Is it wrong? Oh, we already read that one. Okay. Oh, on their Kickstarter. Okay, that might be where Tracy's statement was. You can archive owned books on D&D Beyond as PDFs legally through their terms of service. The old print page, save as PDF, works fine, if not an elegant way. Fair. Well, thank you, Spencer, for the kind words. Appreciate it. Did you see the electronic? Yeah, the EEF article. I did. That was a very good article. Let's see. Critical Role would get a custom deal anyway. They would likely get a custom deal from Wizards of the Coast, not have to pay the outright 25% royalties. How would you even do in their 50s, like the set of, let's see. How do they exactly replicate the 4E situation a second time? Does nobody learn? No, apparently not. Thank you, Chad Demand, for the super chat. It's too big to let go. Wizards should, yeah. We talked about the Gizmodo article already. Yeah, Critical Role does have enough of an IP themselves that they could likely just make their own content and it would be fine. Would this affect Fight Club 5e? Very much so. Have we got a pinned comment on the reaction? Just joined. No, there's nothing. Nothing going on really. Who was running the Kickstarter for us to buy a WotC from Hasbro once it's worth $3 in its own community? Yeah, right. I'm gonna go check the IO9 article again that we read before to see if anything's been updated to it. Published 54 minutes ago. Doesn't appear to be any new content, but that's the biggest one, the Gizmodo article that Linda Kadega put out recently. I wouldn't be surprised if there are unannounced book deals between WotC and Critical Role that make Critical Role feel super hesitant. Yeah, I imagine that it was probably. I always said when they put out Call of the Netherdeep that I imagined it was a 3 to 5 book deal that they were going to be releasing. Hasbro eventually lose the ensuing battle. Would people come back to D&D? I don't know. What do you hope for OGL changes? As some stuff I understand, but instead of stealing creator stuff, I would say you credit them and let them sell their products under Wizards or directly on D&D Beyond. Yeah, like I said, I would make it irrevocable. The license can exist permanently, and no one can ever change that. Or in case 20 years from now, there's a whole new team of Hasbro corporate types that decide that they want to make money off the third party. And then I think you got to update the content. And I also agree. I think D&D Beyond should become more of like a Steam marketplace where anybody can put stuff in there, potentially for a fee or not, or however it would work, so that people have the access and the convenience of using something through D&D Beyond, assuming we weren't all canceling our subscriptions for it. Yeah, let's see. Everyone's creating their own OGL system. Isn't it better to have a system unifier? Yeah, we had a system unifier. It was called 5e. That's the problem. What CR does or doesn't do won't affect me. I've already decided to go back to where I was. I'm going to write in 2002. If this goes badly enough, CR jumps off 5e, it could be bidding war for the next official system. Yeah, it would be, because whoever makes, we thought maybe they weren't gonna. I thought they were gonna maybe do their own campaign system with season 3 of Critical Role. Let's see. Yeah, doesn't look like we've got any official article or anything, so they did not come out with a response. Although it does look like they were planning to release something today, but the creator backlash of folks going out of the way to cancel D&D Beyond subscription seems to have given Wizards of the Coast pause to the point where they are not releasing a statement today. At least it doesn't seem like they're going to be. Let's see. Let's see. So I tweet about D&D Beyond. Remember, folks, if you purchase a digital good on a platform that's not accessible and usable off that platform, you don't actually purchase it. You leased it for the company that created it. That's an accurate statement too. So I'm trying to see if anybody has messaged me anything while I've been sitting here. Oh, did I get some new tweets? People tweeting at me or sending me Twitter DMs. Okay, Tracy Hickman's update number 23 on Skyriders of Abraxas. Skyriders and the Wizards OGL. Okay. Let's see. This is from Tracy Hickman, co-creator of Dragonlance and Ravenloft. Open gaming license is a great example of strong fences making good neighbors. By clearly and legally stating the terms of the license, everyone knows where the boundaries are and can operate within them. No one has to worry about infringement. This is of tremendous benefit to creatives, ranging from individual Kickstarter garage publishers like Tracy and Laura Hickman to publishing companies like Paizo, Green Ronin, and so on. Now, it seems there's a leaked document that people believe is causing the OGL sky to fall. Let's take a breath and repeat the following. We haven't seen the leaked document. It's not a final document. It is a final document. But what are we going to do about it? Engage in constructive dialogue. Wizards of the Coast, a subsidiary of Hasbro, owns the AD&D copyrights, trademarks, and licenses. They may set any terms they wish. Becom Sky Raiders was created in 2021 under the OGL 1.0A and SRD 5.1. Yeah, so basically their statement didn't seem to be too much. They're saying that like we created stuff prior to any of this, so we should be okay. If you want to support independent creators, go ahead and purchase Nerd Immersion's Great Comfort t-shirt from the Spring Shop. Give the man some money. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Well, actually, by the way, I think tomorrow I'm having a video on some Mr. Rex content, so you should keep an eye out for that. It'll be pretty fun. Several folks had provided, I'm in a variety of different Discord servers, and several folks had said they had confirmed that an announcement was coming today. But yeah, it seems like Ginny D gave them all pause. So good job, Ginny. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Rex. I do appreciate it. Let's see. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anything else. Cobalt Press's Black Flag system. Yeah, I'm going to be watching Cobalt Press's system pretty closely, especially because Cobalt Press, as I have a lot of friends at Cobalt Press. Dungeons Dudes talked about the Forged and Dark stuff, Band of Blades. I was pretty sure CR gets money from WotC. They're not going to publish their own game until their business relation with the devil is in place. This third-party stuff on their official site, integrate third-party content on D&D Beyond. I'm sure you can have a cut because you are working with third-party content against them. Wants to try. Oh, hang on a sec, folks. Anyway, let's see. How long ago would Black Flag? How long would Black Flag take? I don't know. I'll talk to the folks at Cobalt and we'll see. I don't think having a replacement for 5e would help the community. Diversification of TTRPGs feels like a much better idea. Power the Apocalypse, Mothership, and other deserve some community support. Yeah. Again, I think we're gonna get a lot more support for other things, but people are gonna end up making their own unique content for it, I believe. OGL 3.0 in a week. It's possible. Who knows at this point? Did you ever think when starting a D&D content channel, informational channel, you would become a reporter as well? No! I didn't want to be a reporter, but it's what I kind of ended up becoming. So maybe I should have taken journalism classes. Who knows? Do you think we'll see more local game shops spotlighting other systems? Possibly. It depends on how much these local game stores are clued into what's going on. We're not reacting to anything. The statement was canceled that was supposed to be coming out today. Let's see. The only language the corporation understands is money. Accurate. Very accurate. Legal Ego, yes, is working on his video. So I'm excited to see the Legal Ego video. I'll probably do some coverage of that when it comes out. My problem with canceling stuff to D&D Beyond is that my player relying on my master tier. Yeah, I don't have a great just tweeted at you Ted's story involving OGL 1.1. Okay, let me go look. Let's see. Yes, we covered that one already. Thank you, BK Dan. Appreciate it. We covered that one already. That's the Gizmodo article that Linda Codega wrote today, published about an hour ago at this point. Also, Matt Colville looks like he's going live to talk about some questions, answer questions over there as well. I think I like that hashtag Open D&D is trending with hashtag D&D Beyond on Twitter right now. Let's see. I'm just looking to see if anything else has come through. There are so many messages. Nope, nothing there. Okay. Nothing over here either. So, sorry, let's come back over here and see what you guys. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, even the OGL 1.1 is ridiculous. Agreed. Not to mention, every citizen is a reporter, just some are more reliable than others. Someone who's been gaming in stores for 45 plus years. If you have a solid group, sure, different games are great. Maybe we should start a movement to get the larger creators to unify. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get them. Like I said, I think Hannah Rose put out a long tweet. I was really good about it, but I don't think you're gonna be able to get everybody to be all on the same page. I think we are probably gonna end up with multiple systems here. The best video we had, or best option we had, really was 5th edition, where everybody was unified under one banner. And now it's people are gonna splinter. I wonder if WotC canceled their statement because CR pulled the trigger on something. Possibly, but I think, again, it seems to mostly be the mass outcry of people canceling their D&D Beyond subscriptions. Remember when WotC said they didn't mean for OGL 1.0, when WotC said they didn't mean for OGL 1.0A wasn't meant to create competition, and this new one was supposed to prevent that from happening? Yeah. I bet Legal Eagle will point out that perpetual only means until revoked, and legally is... possibly, we'll see. For now, I subscribe to all my favorite creators' Patreon, at least the lower tier, and encourage everyone else to do so. Do not allow the dogs to sully your name by calling you a journalist. You are far more trustworthy and reliable. Well, thank you, Alexander Cross. I appreciate it. Now's a great time to check out companies like Free League. Yeah, we're gonna be looking into some other stuff for sure. Let's see. Critical Role totally gagged by an NDA. They might be. We're not really sure what's going on with that. I think he said he was going live on Twitch and Matt Koval. Roll for Combat says the news is now dropping at 3 p.m. PST. He might, maybe. I don't know. I haven't seen. I heard it was. Everybody heard it was going to be 3 p.m. EST. We've been live for the past, what, 2 hours? 2.5 hours? Just shy of 2.5 hours. And I haven't seen anything. So, more than likely, I'm going to have to end this live stream, and I might have to start something back up if it does come out in, 45 minutes, because my wife just left to go get the kids from daycare, so. Let's see. You can't blame Hasbro for being shocked. We didn't band together to support the OGL before. Well, we didn't think we had to, really. Any official news from other personalities like Brennan Lee Mulligan? I don't believe so. Did I see the tweet by Dr. Oh, let's see. He's giving me all this stuff to go look up. Let's go look it up. Corey, what's his name? Dr. Oh, what did he say? Today's Twitter threads, inside good riddance to the open gaming license. Yeah, I've seen some good ones about, against, like, talking about the open game license, how it actually ends up hampering you in some degree. I'd need a lawyer to really explain that one to me, though. Do I like indie systems? Yeah, I love RPGs. Just Dungeons and Dragons was my favorite, unfortunately, where I'm at right now. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Passable Gamer, so much. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for the super chat. And yeah, I'm trying to do my best to keep everybody informed. People are saying 3 p.m. PST. That's in 45 minutes from now. Thank you, Will. Appreciate your kind words. Let's see. Some people are saying they'll abuse the new OGL by making content and forcing lots to deal with it. I don't like that idea. KOTOR was not produced under the OGL 1.8. We covered that earlier, but yeah, I thought it was too. Could the new OGL be staged by Hasbro and potentially WotC could stage a walkout? Possibly. I'm not sure about that. Oh man, that's the first gifted membership I think I've ever had. That's really cool to see. I forgot that you could do that, to be honest. Samurai head of Dropout in D20 has said D20 has and will continue to use other systems in addition to D&D as long as it's possible to do so. Okay, thank you, Sam. Let's see. Bruce Lawyer just put up their video. Well, for everybody who's talking about the D&D Beyond stream that was canceled, apparently that was supposedly, according to D&D Beyond, not tied to anything specific. That was like an old programming schedule, not something for this. Thank you, Carpe Diem. They canceled today's announcement from what the press is saying. That's what I'm agreeing more to, is for that, again, the Gizmodo article that came out today saying that basically they canceled it. Let's see. Check out Pathfinder Savage Worlds. Yeah. Roll for Combat says another important announcement in 45 minutes. Yeah. Do I think Critical Role will make a public comment? I'd love if they did, but I don't know if they will. D&D Beyond is a huge sponsor of Critical Role, so I doubt they'll say anything. Yeah, I mean, I know Critical Role doesn't do live shows anymore. They all do pre-recorded shows. That doesn't mean they couldn't go with an announcement prior to the stream. So that could be a thing. Yeah, even Moist Critical's getting on this. Yep. Asper just released an advanced preview of his book. Since there's nothing else to do, might as well check it out for you on his Patreon. Yeah, Critical Role is not doing live stuff anymore, but I think they have done like messaging, like live messaging before a stream goes live. In some instances. Why do we have to turn on being able to receive gift subs? Seems odd. Yeah, that's YouTube, right? But it's a thing. Everyone watching, leave a like for this stream. Oh, thank you so much, Just Garrett. I appreciate it. I think Hasbro would buy Critical Role. I don't think they'd sell. But could. I mean, it's possible. Anything's possible, really. Oh, Fox Monkey, thank you for the gifted memberships. I keep forgetting that that's a thing. It's so silly. I'd recommend the Fragments of the Past system. CR ready for change. What does this say? The Amazon series doesn't use most D&D content. Yeah, it's basically purely free of D&D content. Let's say my thoughts go out to all the affected by this madness. Thank you, Corey. Appreciate it. The CR hasn't done an announcement yet. They already have a custom license agreement. More than likely, that's probably true. A TTRPG union would be interesting. It would be very interesting. I don't know how that would work, but I don't believe Wizards has a union. Can I review other systems? Yes, I can. We may end up doing that. Let's see, Dragonlance comment was disappointing, so don't expect CR to go out of their way to criticize. There's always the Ghostbuster system. Hey, LB, hack 'em up. What a lovely person to show up here. Yes, there is always the Ghostbusters system. It's a fun one. I enjoy it quite a bit. We'll be using that on Saturday when I play in that game. But yeah, I mean, we'll be talking about other systems. We'll be trying out some other stuff. Like I said, the Avatar system will be dropping. I'll have the books soon in hand, so that's pretty exciting. I was gonna do a Percy Jackson series live stream at some point. Power Rangers is something that's on the horizon. I'm playing in the Ghostbusters one. Makes me want to run one of the Palladium Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles games because that's really fun. The system is so weird, but I really like it. I ran the Buffy the Vampire Slayer RPG, the Cinematic Uni system, which covers Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Angel, and Army of Darkness. I ran that for many, many years, so I'm very familiar with that system. That's a lot of fun. I have not run or played Pathfinder before, so that could be fun. Yeah, I was going to use Scion to run a Percy Jackson game. Avatar: The Last Airbender, not Blue Cat People Avatar. No, Virus Bomb, it does not appear there will be any announcement today. Although some people are saying there'll be an announcement in 40 minutes from now. I don't know if I'm going to stream for 40 minutes. I don't think my wife is going to let me stream for another 40 minutes. No, free tier I think is fine, just not a paid subscription to D&D Beyond. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Edge of the Empire. I do have Edge of the Empire, like the starter set for that. I haven't tried it. You should check out Mutants in the Now. Okay. Onyx Path makes a Percy Jackson style game. Yeah, Scion is what I was talking about. Yep. World of Darkness. I'm familiar with the World of Darkness. I've played a couple of games in the World of Darkness. I haven't done much recently, though. Let's see. I've done some Powered by the Apocalypse stuff. I actually played LB Hackemup, who was just here in the chat. I played a Monster of the Week game on her channel, which someday we should get back to playing the sequel to that because that was a lot of fun. There's no Percy Jackson setting. It's just I was going to use the Scion system, which is a World of Darkness or Chronicles of Darkness system, to play a Percy Jackson thing because it's about demigods, right? That was the whole thing. For people again who are wondering about the announcement, Ginny D used her clout as well as many of us also, but it seems that she may have been one of the key linchpins in making this them cancel their news announcement they were going to put out at 3 p.m. So many things come through. Hang on, let me scroll up here. Thanks for setting this up. Yeah, anytime. I would think CR will do whatever it is that will hurt them the least. If they get a good deal from WotC, yeah, that's possibly it might go that way. Ever try any Palladium? Yeah, only Ninja Turtles though, and After the Bomb, which is basically still just Ninja Turtles. Can't cancel by D&D Beyond sub because I didn't have one. Agreed. Hasbro is and always has been a terrible, litigious company. See the Battletech Mech Warrior. Yep. Mendivus also makes fine games. Seer doesn't need or use the OGL other than the books. Yeah, here, I'll show it again. Because we talked about it once already, but I'll show it again because there's a lot of people that are still here that might have missed it. So we had this that was published about an hour ago from Linda Codega, who was the one who broke the original OGL announcement last Thursday. D&D Publisher has apparently canceled an announcement about its updated open gaming license for a second time this week. Inside sources at Wizards of the Coast tell IO9 that the company is scrambling to formulate a response to backlash against the new OGL that has occurred over the past week, following IO9's story about a leaked draft of the document. Hasbro-owned Wizards of the Coast did not immediately respond to a request to comment for this story. According to IO9 sources, the new OGL, known as OGL 2.0, which is interesting because it's a change from OGL 1.1, which is what it was originally, was supposed to go live Thursday afternoon, along with a detailed FAQ explaining changes and addressing fan concerns. But when D&D personality Ginny D tweeted that people should cancel their D&D Beyond subscription in order to send a clear message to Wizards of the Coast regarding that the fan base thinks the development or what the fan base thinks of the development around the OGL, the message was widely shared. A stream of subscribers turning off their payment to D&D Beyond appeared to temporarily shut down the landing page for subscription cancellations because of server errors. That's what's shown here. The result of the cancellations and their impact on the bottom line of Wizards of the Coast is not negligible, according to IO9 sources at the company, and has caused upper management to scramble to adjust their message around the situation, leading to the delays in the OGL's release. Wizards of the Coast also canceled a pre-scheduled D&D Beyond live stream today at 3 o'clock, but that was apparently due to old scheduling. It remains unclear whether Wizards of the Coast will release the hotly anticipated new OGL and what its final contents will include. In the meantime, Wizards of the Coast and D&D appear to be at a critical point with their fan base, facing petition drives, open letters, and announcements from third-party publishers like MCDM and Cobalt Press rejecting the new OGL in favor of creating their own systems. So that's kind of where we're at right now. How do you find new TTRPGs? I don't really know how I find them. I just kind of do. Oh, it wasn't just Ginny. It wasn't just Ginny. It was me and a bunch of other folks as well. It's just that's who they particularly called out. I don't know if, because Ginny has worked with Wizards of the Coast in the past, I don't know if that has helped or not, but either way, that's who they attributed to in the IO9 article. Let's see. Monster of the Week. More like Beyond D&D. Yeah, D&D Begone is what we've been doing the hashtag for. Let's see. Infinity RPG is good if you like sci-fi. I don't think it really affects Baldur's Gate 3 because they had their contract and the game's kind of just going to come out. Waiting for some Hasbro suit to come on and call us all crybabies to get over it. Playing players start promoting other game systems. I'll more than likely have to, yeah. Trophy, Dark/Gold is another amazing TTRPG you should check out. Okay, I will. People are gonna splinter and brought balance to the force. Yeah, Cortex is a good one. I've heard good things about Cortex. I haven't played it. I know they did the Dragon Prince in Cortex. Yeah, Jenny hosted the stream where they announced one D&D. Yeah, she was at that. Yep. I have read Will Wheaton's Tumblr post. That's a good one as well. Jenny didn't do anything wrong. Jenny did everything right. She also has worked with Critical Role. Her Jester cosplay is very famous. Yep, very true. Thank you, Cobalt, for coming and hanging out. Blades in the Dark was brought up, so we might get into that at some point. They did not release a video. Cypher System was mentioned. Junie, yes. Power Rangers is going to happen. I promise. Not too familiar with Green Ronin System. I've heard of it. Yeah, Will Wheaton uses Tumblr, apparently. Yeah, I've heard about Cyborg. It's a Morkborg hack, if I recall. One Ring 2E for all the Lord of the Rings fans. I've heard that's one as well. Let's see. Over 3,000 people have said they canceled on this stream alone. Yeah. Can't wait for them to release info on Keys for the Golden Vault in 35 minutes. Yeah, right? That might be what they release. That'd be funny. Let's see. Stars Without Numbers revised is great, and Kevin Crawford is cool. People, I've heard good things about Stars Without Numbers. Going back to my beloved Fate RPG. Will Wheaton is an old one on Tumblr. He's forever constant. Yeah. In the future, D&D is uncertain, and you're relatively sure that content regarding it won't be featured here often, if ever again. I don't really know what the short term holds. I don't know. It's very hard to make a decision about what's going on here. I'll obviously continue to cover the news on D&D and what's going on. I can continue to do, like, this is a Pathfinder mini. I did an unboxing for these minis, so I can do that and continue to do that. Is cancel culture the hero for once? I don't know if I'd go that far, but there are other systems to cover. Let me see. I feel like my wife may have gotten home with my kids. Let's check out the cameras. See if that was the thing that I just saw. Nope, not yet. Let's see. Burning Wheel's a masterpiece. It's not for everyone. Buy-in is high for the players. Yeah, I've heard a lot of Cypher System was one that keeps getting brought up. WotC Hasbro is dumb enough to keep pushing the way they have. Do you think do anything about Star Wars Knights of the Old? It's not under the OGL. We talked about that before. People thought it was. I thought it was myself. It's not, apparently. I will absolutely be reviewing Kobold's Project Black Flag. I have a lot of friends at Kobold Press, and they have done some fun things that I've worked on and stuff, so I would like to do that for sure. Why should your content change if the OGL stuff doesn't affect your channel? Because I don't want to support it. Like, am I really gonna do if they drop the new? This is a thing that I've been struggling with. So, all right, next week, let's say they close the survey for the one D&D cleric, and the following week, they release the one D&D paladin and one D&D druid classes. Should I cover that? It's technically news, but do I want to draw attention to one D&D when Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro is making all of these horrible decisions? Well, yes, I haven't put out anything, but if all of a sudden I decided I wanted to do monthly or even weekly releases on like something like my Patreon where I was going to provide magic items to people, if I was doing that and I was making money on it, I'd now be subject to the new version of the OGL. So I don't know. Let's see. Review Kibble's book. Yeah, so I'm going to still be reviewing like third-party content as much as I can. So I'll do that. Kibble's book I just got, so I'll be doing that. I have something for Mr. Rex I'll be working on too. I actually got an email this afternoon from Hit Point Press. I'll be reading through that email about the shift system. I'll be talking about that soon. Pathfinder stuff. People want a lot of Pathfinder stuff. I'm sure I could be doing some stuff about that. News is news. You're right. That's kind of what I've been thinking too in that aspect, but I'm not friends with Tulok the Barbarian, though I do know of Tulok the Barbarian. Let's see. Am I going to become a Destiny YouTuber? Oh, boy. I mean, I guess I could. That would not be my... That's also a very... I'm not going to say it's a saturated market. I guess I'd have the benefit of having a fan base, and I know I do have some cross-pollination of fans that are fans of Destiny. Could you imagine a more harder turn from a TTRPG to a first-person shooter? That'd be one hell of a swing. Yeah. What do you think about the likelihood they push back their one D&D? Where was that? Where was that? What do you think of the likelihood they're going to push back their 1D&D Unearthed Arcanas? Well, they seem to be pushing back the surveys, but at least like they give you a date and then they always push it back a week, so who knows? What are your thoughts on Morkborg? You've mentioned it, and DM Dave might switch over. Will you be considering it? Yeah, I'll be considering it. I haven't really looked into it. I heard it's very fun, and I'll look to try and maybe get like some demos of it going. We're basically just chatting at this point. Some people were saying they think that there's news is going to drop at 6 p.m. or at in 26 minutes from now. I don't know if that's true or not, but nothing's stopping Critical Role from creating their own system as far as I know. Better for one-shots with Morkborg. Yeah, I haven't really played around with it too much. I think I've covered some stuff for it in the past, but... GM layer, okay. Feel like managed to thread the needle and not be such a downer, but still give info on what's happening. Yeah. It would be sad to see you giving up on a channel. Don't punish yourself. And yes, you can switch your campaign. You play to Pathfinder. I'm not giving up on my channel. That's not good. Channel's not going anywhere. I don't know what I'm gonna be making content wise. Live reaction to WotC kicking the can down the road. Yeah. Astacross would help you out with master raids. Listen, if I could get Astacross, I mean, I know he does a lot of collabs, but that'd be fun. Just to hear him in my headphones just say all of his way he shouts out things like another week and another twop and all that kind of stuff, or patch notes. Like, I'd love to just hear that in my headphones, that I was hearing live, not just on a video. I don't know. I think that covering all the playtest stuff along with what's happening with the OGL would be the best way to proceed. Yeah, I guess if I come at it from like a news perspective, it's tricky. It's very hard. I think you guys, just from what I'm seeing of the discourse and the disparity in the comments, I think you can very clearly see why it's so difficult for me to know what to do, because it's very hard to figure out what I'm going to have happen, like what's going to happen, because which way do I go with stuff, you know? Someone said MCDM announced an end date for Arcadia. I think they said July. They're going to stop covering 5th edition content in July. Where can I find the video? The response, there is no video response. Copyright is 70 years. Just this year, Sherlock Holmes became public domain. Nerd Immersion RPG system when... Yeah, see, I don't want to make my own RPG system because, one, I don't know if I could do a good enough job, but I want to support people who are already doing it. So, like, again, the Cobalt Press thing, MCDM, whatever else. We haven't... The best we've gotten is we got an article from IO9/Gizmodo that said Wizards of the Coast was supposed to be making an announcement this afternoon, but due to the flurry of folks canceling their D&D Beyond subscriptions and making very public messages about canceling D&D Beyond subscriptions, it has forced Wizards of the Coast to sort of backpedal, and they've held off on publishing anything. Roll for Combat, who is a group that had said they thought stuff was going to come out at 3 p.m. today, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, which was like almost 3 hours ago, says now they hear something's going to come out at 6 p.m., which is 22 minutes from now. So I'm going to see if I can, and my wife will allow it, because the kids just got home with her. I'll see if I can extend this to 6 p.m. to see if anything comes out, and if nothing does, then I'm going to end this stream. But what do you think the overall impact of this situation will have on 1D&D or TTRPGs in general? I think other RPGs are going to gain in popularity, and we're going to see a crop up of new ones, similar to what we saw with Pathfinder coming out with 4th edition. What are your thoughts on Destiny as a TTRPG? Well, there's a Dungeons in Destiny, which is a 5th edition hack to make it Destiny, which exists, but I'm not sure about that. Disney and Sonny Bono got copyright pushed to 95 years. Yeah. Mercer managed to create an RPG system in Kickstarter some years ago. Just cancel my D&D Beyond for White Wolf stuff. Yeah, I could do White Wolf or whoever owns them now. But what? World of Darkness, Chronicles of Darkness. Morkboard is the stepchild of Lamentations of the Flame Princess. Okay, yes, I do remember hearing about that game as well. Let's see. Whenever I hear Morkboard, my brain thinks of mukbang, and it's just a stream about people eating. That would be an interesting game to play. Yeah, I'm not doing NFTs. I actually got in there was a group that was trying to do D&D NFTs, and they were trying to get me to promote it. No nerd immersion NFTs. I also wouldn't even know how to do it, but I have no interest in doing that. The boys are definitely home. I can hear them coming down the stairs right now. So, my opinion is that you should do. Oh, Adora's here. Hi, Wes. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Oh, hi, Adam. You're here too. Hi, buddy. Oh boy. Oh god, everything's going. It's upstairs, bud. It's in the kitchen. You go get it. It's in the kitchen. Hi. I'm streaming right now, buddy. How you doing? You say hi to everybody?
Hi. Hi, everybody.
Hey, where's your mother? She upstairs still? Can you go tell her I'm gonna try to stream till 6 o'clock, and then if that's okay with her?
Uh-huh.
Cool. Thanks, buddy. My opinion is you should do all the content you can. 5e1 D&D will exist, and the normies will want to see it. It's also that's the other thing, right? That 5e content will people are still gonna want to see it, and if people pivot away, from a content creation standpoint, I can still make stuff. People would watch it. Paizo, Cobalt, all third parties unite. What will Wheaton say? Hi, bud. Yeah.
Hey, Father, I had a meeting at 6 o'clock too. She said it was fine.
She did? Okay. Okay. What's your mama doing? Okay. Let me keep reading here. Well, let's just look love from Workborg. Okay, yeah. Excuse me. What's up, Bruce? What's going on, dude? Anyway, well, would you? So, hi, Bruce, come here. Can you say hi? Can you wave at that and say hi?
Hi.
So this is Bruce. Wes, you're blocking him with your head. So this is Bruce, and this is Wesley. These are my boys. I only have. You want to have what?
The glasses.
Sure. Go ahead, buddy. Can you head upstairs? Mama, call. You take those, Bruce. You can take them. Go ahead.
These are mine now.
All right, fine. You gotta go up to mommy real quick, and then I'll be coming up after. Okay? Let's see. No response so far. No. Would you go? Listen, I have to finish streaming, okay, buddy?
I want to.
I know you do.
I do not.
Can you go up to mommy real quick, and then I'll be upstairs?
Wonderful, Mrs. Squishy.
You can take the squishy upstairs, and you can go upstairs too, mister.
No, Mom, with you.
Uh-oh, now you got mama coming downstairs.
Game.
Oh, yeah? What do you guys think about the
Mom, Mrs. Squishy.
What do you guys think about the OGL 1.1?
I think those are not you.
You should like.
See, it's not good.
It's not good.
Okay, let's go, guys.
No.
There's
Daddy needs
possibly
a couple
going to
more
be
minutes.
another announcement at
I got
6. maybe, so.
Okay.
Sure, Bruce.
I
Take
have
it
a
with
meeting
you.
at 6 too.
Okay, it should be done. Here, buddy, go ahead. Go on. You can say hi too, Claire.
Hello, everyone.
Anyway, let's keep going. Okay, let me scroll back up. Yeah, Paw Patrol sweater is pretty sweet. I know, right? Let's see. If you're interested in trying Free League games, I have a lot of the Free League games. Free League sent me a lot of stuff over the years, so I have to check it out. Wife's hate 1 more hour. Yeah, it's not even an hour. It's 15 minutes at this point. My kids are the best. I love those guys so much. My goodness, after 9 months of working on rebalancing and adjusting many of the problems with player side content for 5e for the sake of mixing the martial cartel disparity, this is so awkward. As someone that also has to ask his wife if I can stream, I understand the dynamic. Yeah, I know. It is what it is. Let's see. Shadow the Demon Lord RPG needs a shout out. I'll take a look at it. Yeah, they're pretty crazy. My oldest there, Wesley, he wants to start a Pokemon YouTube channel where we open Pokemon cards, which we might end up doing at some point. So he might see me occasionally promote a channel. I think I'm gonna call it Poke Immersion. We'll see. Let's see. Paw Patrol RPG. That'd be interesting. Not named after Wesley Crusher, no. Named after Wesley from The Princess Bride. And Bruce is named after Bruce Campbell. So. Let's see. Five will continue even if WotC does the worst. Yeah. Bruce and Wesley are defined as product identity under the Nerd Immersion Broadcasting license, right? Everyone who signed off on this chain of command needs to be fired. Yeah, I know. I know. I got 14 minutes, guys, and then I'm gonna go head up and get dinner and hang out with the family and everything. So don't worry. I will listen. That's the reason why I still, even though I work a full-time job, typically 8 to 5, and then also do TTRPG stuff. That's the reason. They're the reason that I do that. Because I gotta support everybody. Support the family, support my opinions and stuff online. They're awesome. Let's see. Let's see. Nerd Immersion becomes family immersion. Adam and Bruce's opinions are all we need. Yeah, I know. You guys are so sweet. Thank you. I'd watch your stream if you played Destiny. Maybe I'll try it just for the hell of it. I'm actually going to be playing after. I know I'll be online playing Destiny after my D&D stream tonight. So maybe we'll stream it. Who knows? I think Baldur's Gate 3 is safe from all of this, and I will be definitely playing some more Baldur's Gate 3 on stream for sure. Let's see. A Paw Patrol RPG would probably kill if I could make a really good kid-friendly version of a Paw Patrol RPG or something like that. It would probably sell so well. But then I'd have to deal with Viacom licensing stuff through Nickelodeon. Thank you again, Andy, for your super chats. Appreciate it. Yeah, I know the Pokemon fandom isn't the craziest, but card openings is probably the easy. Like, it would mostly just be pack openings more than anything else. Honey Heist or Crash Pandas, yeah, that could be things we do for sure. Says about to 13, he really wants to start a channel. Yeah, it's crazy what a world we live in, right? People want to start channels and stuff like this at such a young age. I mean, I would have been doing it probably when I was a kid. WotC created the Pokemon TCG. They sold the rights back to Nintendo. Or Nintendo took the rights back, however that worked. Okay, Brian W. Foster just tweeted greed ain't cheap. Okay, so that is Critical Role adjacent. We can definitely go get something nice for dinner because you guys are awesome with all the super chats for sure. Yep. So the new OGL will never hold up in court. We'll only need one judge to cancel it. Also love the kids and dogs. Thank you, Ben. Appreciate it. Yeah, Wesley from Princess Bride. Yep, exactly. It's my wife's favorite movie. Funny enough, she walked down the aisle to the theme song from The Princess Bride. That was what the song she walked down the aisle to when we got married. I've not yet canceled my subscription. Just found out about the email. D&D Shorts, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, sure. Let's see. D&D Beyond release. Yeah, the article on the OGL is the 22nd. Yeah, nothing's come out since then. Is the damage done if they reverse course with Kobold and MCDM both announcing new systems? I imagine that. I don't feel like Kobold and MCDM are going to back off and be like, oh, they said something that fixed it and they're just going to like go back to supporting them. I imagine that like the damage is pretty much done. I'm a professional DM and have had a subscription for 2 years, but I just canceled. Wizards burning all their goodwill in a week. I know, it's wild, right? Baldur's Gate isn't OGL, it's full-blown WotC. Yeah, it's a licensed deal, but they've already pretty much made their money, I think. WotC made their money on it already. Crown of Solasta, Solasta Crown of the Magister is the one that needs to be worried. It's true. Are you still going to watch the D&D movie? I don't know. I really wanted to, but I don't know if I want to support this kind of stuff. Like I said, maybe if they can walk something back to like a middle ground, maybe. Hasbro does own a My Little Pony RPG. That is true. I have a video game channel. Let me know. I'll toss a link out to your Twitter for you. Oh, thank you. Well, maybe we'll see what happens. Again, I have had fun streaming Baldur's Gate 3 just casually when I have a chance to. That's been a lot of fun. I like Baldur's Gate 3 a lot, and I like playing as the Paladin, so... pretty much, yeah. Let's see. Currently hooked on Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord. Game is so good. Have you done the new dungeon in Destiny system yet? It's fun. The new dungeon? Yes. Spire of the Watcher? Yes. I played a lot of that. It's actually my favorite. Other than Grasp of Avarice, it's my favorite dungeon in Destiny 2. By a long shot. Mouse Ritter. WotC didn't say anything yet. There's supposedly going to be an announcement in 8 minutes. I don't know if that's true. They can't be this stupid. This is way worse than 4E. The streaming community made 5th. It was nothing before. Agreed. Oh, thank you, BK Dan. Yeah, I set it up with lights around it to actually have a fun video. Then I'll have to make a short video. I got this from YouTube, which is pretty cool. We'll do a short video on that. Pretty cool, which will be another light for the background, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, I made the lights like reactive when people donate or subscribe to the channel and stuff. I have to work to see if I can change things to tweak it a little bit, but it's all using Lumia Stream. We'd have to make it like, it couldn't be Paw Patrol, the RPG. It'd have to be something like Canine Rescue, the RPG, or something like that. So it would be generic, so we would get sued by Viacom. Future stream title. I'm in debt. My kids make me buy Pokemon cards. I buy a lot of Pokemon cards as it is. I've heard a lot of good things about Mouse Guard. Well, I'm more of a Star Trek fan than my wife, so that makes sense. I think Knights of the Old Republic is safe. From what everybody has said, it's fine. Yes, Storybook Love is indeed the song from Princess Bride, yeah. On the Paizo forum, someone posted a link for game publishers to sign up regarding creation of Paizo's the Open RPG license. I've heard a little reference here and there about Paizo doing something, so we'll see. I can only have the free version of D&D Beyond. Pretty much. Have you heard the new D&D movie is similar to The Princess Bride? I have, which also makes me hopeful, but also sad given where we're at. Why's my kid? No, there was a tag in the middle of the sunglasses. He was trying to cut that. Subscribe to your channel just to stay. The intrusion of your kids was fantastic. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, but D&D is kind of dumb in a lot of ways, so a dumb movie kind of could also make sense. I fear that one D&D feedback will become so saturated with OGL 1.1 hate they'll actually ignore the critics of the actual material. I have run Tales of Equestria before. I ran a singular one-shot of Tales of Equestria, which was the old River Horse produced My Little Pony RPG, but I think they made another one, a newer one now that's owned by Renegade, I think. There's another system, I believe. Who do I main? I assume you're talking about Destiny. Whenever somebody says, who do you main, I immediately think of Smash Brothers, but I'm assuming when you say, who do you main, that you mean Destiny. Warlock is my main, although Titan is a close second. I do like Titan a lot. Just arc grenades, it's just been nuts. So, what would WotC have to say to get your forgiveness? I've answered this a bunch already, so I would love to hear what the chat has to say. Let's see. I'm going to interview Ryan Dancy myself at some point, so that's on the list. They just need to revoke their new OGL. Everything was working fine before the greed. The 6 p.m. announcement isn't WotC. Okay, well, we got 4 minutes. Okay to play. To be honest, I wasn't going to pay to go to the theater to see the movie. It doesn't look that good. Cancel your sub D&D Beyond. You keep everything you purchased. Yes. I know they can fix this. Get rid of all CEOs. Yeah. Grasp of Avarice is great. Dungeons have been the best thing Destiny introduced. Agreed. History on Hasbro. You had Battletech for decades, held back because their lawyers and greed, and finally got settled out of court. Boycotting the movie until they completely back off. None D&D. Had to run a club for a few hours. No news. Somebody's saying it's 6 o'clock, so 4 minutes from now we'll hear some news. That was what Roll for Combat was saying. We'll see. Let's see what else we got here. I doubt they'll even respond today. Yeah, they might not. Do you think Critical Role will say anything? I was hoping so. Remember, the Critical Role now is pre-recorded. It's not live streamed, but they could possibly still sneak in an announcement before the live stream goes off. If I can, I'd like to complete the complete Rusloff Keep by OGL campaign. Rough Rescue. That's a good one. Although I don't know if Rough Rescue is copyrighted for Marshall, but Puppy Rangers, that might be the way we go. Yeah. Honestly, that would be my luck, right? As a joke off of a comment that somebody made about my kid's sweatshirt, I make some sort of kid-friendly Paw Patrol adjacent RPG, and that becomes what I'm known for. And I make that system, and it blows up, and it becomes like all the rage, and that's what Nerd Immersion's legacy is the Paw Patrol RPG. Honestly, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, if I'm honest with you. Conan RPG? Yeah, possibly. Ted, what should I use my extra? It's $54. I don't know. Get yourself a good dinner. I'll start to cover other RPGs probably, yeah. Critical Role statement will be very interesting if we see it. Yeah, I had in my video earlier that had the D&D Beyond thing on it. The video I put out today referenced specifically D&D Shorts email, so I think I got it covered. I remember there was Pony Finder, which was like a Pathfinder hack for My Little Pony, and Planeshift Equestria as well. I remember hearing about. You more a Star Wars or Star Trek fan? Also, I don't know if it's been said. Thank you for all the hard work. Thank you, Chris. No worries. Growing up, I was more of a Star Wars fan. Probably prior to the release of the prequel trilogy, I was really big into Star Wars, but I always also watched Star Trek. As I've gotten older, and Star Wars has done what it's done, outside of things like the video games, I'd say I'm more of like a Star Trek because I still go back and watch like TNG episodes and still enjoy them, and I still watch like obviously the original trilogy. Um, but there hasn't really been a good like. I'm very excited for oh the sequel to Fallen Order that comes out this year. I forget what it's called. I'm very excited for that. Um, Titan with heart and must light is busted. It very much is. They did cancel the announcement that was supposed to come out today. There's supposedly possibly something coming out in a minute from now. We shall see. Thus is over D&D Beyond, depending one that we might move, potentially bigger boycott. Yeah. I doubt CR will say anything. They might not. Have I ever run a Star Trek RPG? I feel like I've heard that there is one, but no, I have not. I'm jumping ship to MCDM. You tweeted me. Yes, the statement from the WotC employee was the one that I had covered in my video today, so we're good. Thank you, BK Dan. Simply making the OGL 1.0 irrevocable would be it would go a long way, but they're just burning goodwill by the minute by not saying anything. Yeah, currently expecting a response now-ish, so keep your eyes on social media, see if you see anything. I'm gonna go refresh some YouTube pages and see if we get anything coming out here. I just never really liked Hunter that much in Destiny, personally. But I have seen a lot of the things with Retrofit Escapade and Gerfalcon's Hauberk, so I do think I want to give it a shot. See, Critical Role hasn't been live since like the pandemic. Basically, they've been doing pre-recorded episodes, not live shows anymore. Yeah, Larian is a great studio, and the people behind it are awesome, having met a bunch of them in person. Okay. Does anybody see anything? I'm not seeing anything from anybody about news coming at 6 p.m. So I don't see anybody going live. Everybody's saying Roll for Combat said there's news was going to come out at 6 p.m. Check all the other channels that I'm a part of, see if anybody's got anything posted anywhere. Let's see. I don't see anything. Let me check all the other things that I'm a part of. Okay. Okay, the kids are placated for the time being. Yeah, I don't see anything. You guys let me know if you keep an eye on social media. Let me know if you guys see any news or updates. I'm not seeing anything, so I think it may have been a bust. The rumor of news coming out. City of Mist coverage, possibly, yeah. Paw Patrol style Power Rangers Super Sentai TTRPG would be awesome. Well, there's a Power Rangers RPG system already. Pokemon RPG would be interesting. I've seen people working on stuff, so. Hesitant devil's advocate here. How much do any of us know about other RPGs, OGLs, if they have any? I don't know much personally. It's also making me even less interested in the Transformers TTRPG. I'm a big fan of Transformers and would have been nuts for a Cybertron campaign setting. I do think it's interesting that the Power Rangers RPG is the same system as like Transformers and like G.I. Joe, so in theory you could cross them all over if you wanted to. There's a Dungeon and Doggies games. I have heard of that. Jedi Survivor, that's what it is. Thank you. Andor was really good. I haven't watched Andor yet. I should. Let's see. 90s TIE Fighter game was killer. Did you hear the open world Star Wars game coming out in a couple years? I did not, but I'm excited to see about it. I was gonna go in and play like the Old Republic and never got around to it. I played KOTOR obviously when it came out and stuff, but let's see. Let's see. Paizo. Oh, it was a Paizo announcement. Okay. Hang on. Let's go look. You guys, is this what I'm getting? Messages? Paizo. Okay, got it. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go look. Okay, so it wasn't a WotC announcement. It was a Paizo announcement. Come on. Open up. Here we go. We have announced a plan for a system-neutral open RPG license in collaboration with other game companies. We believe it will irrevocably and unquestionably keep alive the spirit of the open game license. Learn more. So Pathfinder put it out. Okay. For the last several weeks, as rumors of Wizards of the Coast's new version of the open game license began circulating among publishers and on social media, gamers across the world have been asking what Paizo plans to do in light of concerns regarding Wizards of the Coast's rumored plan to deauthorize the existing OGL 1.0a. We have been waiting further information, hoping that Wizards would realize that for more than 20 years, the OGL has been mutually beneficial, which it should not and cannot be revoked. We will continue to wait for an answer from Wizards. We strongly feel that Paizo can no longer delay making our own feelings about the importance of the OGL, or open gaming rather, a part of the public discussion. We believe that any interpretation that the OGL 1.0 or 1.0a were intended to be irrevocable or able to be deauthorized is incorrect, with good reason. We were there. Paizo owners Lisa Stevens and Paizo president Jim Butler were leaders on the Dungeons & Dragons team at Wizards at the time. Brian Lewis, co-founder of Azora Law, the intellectual property firm that Paizo uses, was the attorney at Wizards who came up with the legal framework for the OGL itself. Paizo has already worked very closely on OGL-related issues with Ryan Dancy, visionary who conceived the OGL in the first place. Paizo does not believe that the OGL 1.0 can be deauthorized ever. While we are prepared to argue that point in court if need be, we don't want to have to do that. And we know we have many fellow publishers who are not in position to do so. We have no interest whatsoever in Wizards' new OGL. Instead, we have a plan that we believe will be irrevocably and unquestionably keep alive the spirit of the open gaming license. As Paizo has evolved, the parts of the OGL that we ourselves value has changed. When we needed to quickly bring out Pathfinder First Edition to continue publishing our popular monthly adventures back in 2008, using Wizards language was important and expeditious. But in our non-RPG products, including our Pathfinder Tales novels, the Pathfinder Adventure card game, and others, we shifted our focus away from D&D tropes to lean harder into ideas for our own writers. By the time we went to work on Pathfinder 2nd Edition, Wizards of the Coast open game content was significantly less important to us. And so our designers and developers wrote the new edition without using Wizards' copyrighted expressions of any game mechanics. While we still published it under the OGL, the reason was no longer to allow Paizo to use Wizards' expressions, but to allow other companies to use our expressions. We believe, as we always have, that open gaming makes games better, improves profitability for all involved, and enriches the community of gamers who participate in this amazing hobby. And so we invite gamers from around the world to join us as we begin the next great chapter of gaming with the release of a new open, perpetual, and irrevocable open RPG creative license, ORC. The new Open RPG Creative license will be built system agnostic from independent game publishers under the legal guidance of Azora Law, an intellectual property law firm that represents Paizo and several other game publishers. Paizo will pay for this legal work. We invite game publishers worldwide to join us in support of this system agnostic license that allows all games to provide their own unique open rules reference documents that open up their individual game systems to the world. To join the effort and provide feedback on the drafts of this license, please sign up using this form, which I will probably end up doing at some point. In addition to Paizo, Cobalt Press, Chaosium, Green Ronin, Legendary Games, Rogue Genius Games, and a growing list of publishers have already agreed to participate in the Open RPG Creative License, and in the coming days, we hope and expect to add substantially more to this group. So is Project Black Flag tabled in favor of this now? Who knows? The orc will not be owned by Paizo, nor will it be owned by any company who... Okay, so this is just a license itself. The orc will not be owned by Paizo, nor will it be owned by any company who makes money publishing RPGs. Azora Law's ownership of the process and stewardship should provide a safe harbor against any company being bought, sold, or changing management in the future and attempting to rescind rights or nullify sections of the license. Ultimately, we plan to find a nonprofit with a history of open source values to own this license, such as the Linux Foundation. Of course, Paizo plans to continue publishing Starfinder and Pathfinder, even as we move away from the open game license. Since months' worth of products are still at the printer, you'll see the familiar OGL 1.0 at the back of products for a while yet. While the Open RPG Creative license is being finalized, we'll be printing Pathfinder and Starfinder products without any license, and we'll add the finished license to those products when the new license is complete. We hope that you will continue to support Paizo and other game publishers in this difficult time for the entire hobby. You could do your part by supporting many companies, supporting the many companies that have provided content under the OGL. Support Pathfinder and Starfinder by visiting your local game store, subscribing to Pathfinder and Starfinder, or taking advantage of discount code OpenGaming during checkout for 25% off your purchase of the Core Rulebook, Core Rulebook Pocket Edition, or Pathfinder Beginner Box. Support Cobalt Press, Green Ronin, Legendary Games, Roll for Combat, Rogue Genius Games, and other publishers working to preserve a prosperous future for open gaming that is both perpetual and irrevocable. We'll be there at your side. You can count on us to not go back on our word. Forever, Paizo Inc. Damn! Throw that gauntlet down. Drop that mic, Paizo. That's what I'm talking about. That is the kind of stuff we'd like to hear from Wizards of the Coast, but we're not. So I'm going to have to take some time and get a lawyer to help me analyze exactly what this means and what it means for everybody else. So it seems like this is a new license to protect people, but it won't like replace what Cobalt Press is working on. They'll just be able to publish it under this license. So it doesn't sound like they're doing an OGL game. They're just creating an OGL. Or ORC, as they're calling it. System Neutral Open RPG License, yeah. Diablo 2 is awesome. Agreed. Diablo 2 is awesome. Lancer RPG. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, we got to the Paizo thing. I got it, guys. I got it. Humdinger villain. Was I see that right? Oh boy. All right. I got it, guys. I got it. Bouncer Hearts is a dope RPG. Alright, let's keep going. We got a new article from Gizmodo? Another one? Or is this the one from before that was from an hour ago? 2 hours ago. I think that Gizmodo article... Oh, this is the Paizo announcement one. Yeah. Okay. Paizo stepping up like a boss, yeah. Get a CEO who's actually a gamer, yeah. For D&D Beyond to get them back would be a free year subscription. Yeah, we saw the online. We did that article from Gizmodo already. WotC gave him a layup. Yep. Hope CR goes back to Paizo. That would be interesting. They did start with Pathfinder, so they could go back. Well, it looks like Pathfinder may be my new TTRPG. Might be, yeah. That's like the Avengers of TTRPG. It really is. Yeah, I think Black Flag is gonna, like you said, piggyback off of this. I'll support WotC again when they start printing under the new Orc license. Yeah, we covered that already. So, yeah, Paizo, man. I gotta give you credit where credit is due. Well done. All right. Well, folks, I think I'm pretty much caught up on chat. I'm going to reach out to some folks from a legal perspective and see if I can get them to give me some information on what this Paizo article means exactly. But yeah, I think we're pretty much going to close it out for the day. This has been a 3-hour stream. I'll be back here in about 2 hours and 15 minutes with my Great Modron March campaign, where I'll be playing my character Jordan with Silent PH in the middle is running it. So be sure to come and hang out here. If you want to see some 5e gameplay where I get to play as a blade singer who's basically a Jedi. It's been a lot of fun. I love that campaign. I love that group. So anyway, hope to catch you all later tonight. Thank you all for hanging out and for donating and super chatting and everything else. It's been awesome. You guys are fantastic. I really appreciate it. And for all the new members and subscribers and things. And yeah, I guess maybe be on the lookout for future streams where we design the Paw Patrol RPG. Who knows anymore? Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. And I'll see you next time.